What if I told you that some of the most jaw-dropping engineering feats in history weren't created with modern tools or technology, but by ancient cultures working with nothing more than stone, sweat, and sheer ingenuity? These prehistoric masterpieces, massive stone structures, intricate water systems, and mind-boggling designs still stand today, challenging everything we think we know about human capability. From the towering walls of Sacsayhuaman to the precision-cut blocks of Pumapunku, these ancient wonders aren't just relics of the past, they're proof of a level of sophistication that continues to leave experts scratching their heads. Why does this matter to us today? Because these feats remind us that human potential knows no bounds, even when resources are limited. In this video, we'll uncover 45 astonishing engineering achievements from prehistoric cultures, each one a testament to the brilliance and creativity of our ancestors. Let's dive into the past and discover how these ancient wonders continue to inspire and amaze us. The Great Pyramid of Giza isn't just a monument, it's a riddle carved in stone, standing tall for over 4.5 millennia. Built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu around 2500 BCE, this colossal structure was once the tallest man-made creation on Earth, a title it held for nearly 4,000 years. But what makes it truly extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the precision. The pyramid's base is nearly perfectly square, with its sides aligned almost flawlessly to the north, south, east, and west. How did the ancient Egyptians, without modern tools or technology, achieve such accuracy? One theory suggests they used the stars, particularly the North Star, as a guide. Another points to a method involving shadows cast by the sun during the equinoxes. Whatever the technique, the result is staggering. Each of the pyramid's estimated 2.3 million stone blocks weighs an average of 2.5 tons, with some of the largest blocks tipping the scales at a whopping 80 tons. Moving these stones across vast distances and then lifting them into place would have been a monumental task even by today's standards. Some experts propose that the Egyptians built massive ramps, spiraling around the pyramid as it rose to transport the stones. Others argue for a system of counterweights and levers, a kind of ancient crane, to hoist the blocks into position. And then there's the question of the pyramid's internal chambers and passages, designed with such precision that they align with celestial events like the solstices. Was this just a tomb, or was it a cosmic observatory, a bridge between Earth and the heavens? The cultural significance of the Great Pyramid is just as profound as its engineering. For the ancient Egyptians, it was more than a burial site. It was a symbol of the pharaoh's divine connection, a gateway to the afterlife, and a testament to their civilization's power and ingenuity. Its construction required not just technical skill, but an extraordinary level of organization, planning, and labor, involving tens of thousands of workers over decades. As we peel back the layers of this ancient wonder, it becomes clear that the Great Pyramid of Giza wasn't just a feat of engineering, it was a statement. A declaration of human capability, ambition, and the desire to reach for the stars, even with nothing but copper tools and raw determination. And as we'll see, it set the standard for countless other marvels that followed, each one building on the lessons of those who came before. Now let's shift our gaze from the deserts of Egypt to the rolling green hills of England, where another ancient marvel rises from the earth, Stonehenge. This iconic stone circle, with its towering megaliths arranged in a seemingly deliberate pattern, has captured the imagination of scholars and visitors alike for centuries. But what makes Stonehenge so remarkable isn't just its size or age. It's the precision with which it was built and the mysteries it still holds. How did a prehistoric culture, thousands of years ago, manage to transport and arrange these massive stones, some weighing up to 25 tons, without the aid of modern machinery? One of the most fascinating aspects of Stonehenge is its alignment with celestial events. The structure is positioned in such a way that the rising sun on the summer solstice aligns perfectly with the heel stone, casting its light directly into the heart of the circle. This alignment isn't accidental. It suggests that the builders of Stonehenge had a deep understanding of astronomy, using the stones to track the passage of time and the changing seasons. Could Stonehenge have been an ancient calendar, helping its creators predict agricultural cycles or mark important ceremonial dates? The evidence points to yes, but the full purpose of this site remains one of history's great enigmas. The construction of Stonehenge was no small feat. The stones, known as sarcens, were transported from quarries over 20 miles away, while the smaller bluestones were brought from even greater distances, some originating in Wales over 150 miles away. How did they move these massive blocks across such challenging terrain? Theories abound, from the use of wooden sledges and rollers to the possibility of glacial activity depositing the stones closer to the site. Once on location, the stones were shaped and erected with astonishing precision, fit together using mortise and tenon joints, a technique more commonly associated with woodworking than stone. But Stonehenge isn't just an engineering marvel, it's also a window into the spiritual and cultural life of its builders. The site is believed to have been a place of ritual and gathering, possibly for ceremonies tied to the heavens or the cycles of life and death. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of cremated remains and ceremonial offerings, suggesting that Stonehenge held profound significance for the people who built it. It wasn't just a monument, it was a sacred space, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. What's perhaps most striking about Stonehenge is its enduring relevance. Even today, thousands gather at the site to witness the solstice sunrise, continuing a tradition that may stretch back thousands of years. This ancient structure, with its celestial alignments and enigmatic origins, reminds us that the desire to understand our place in the universe is as old as humanity itself. And as we continue to study and marvel at Stonehenge, we're reminded of the ingenuity, ambition, and spiritual depth of the people who came before us. High above the arid plains of southern Peru, an ancient canvas stretches across the desert floor, a sprawling gallery of massive drawings known as the Nazca Lines. These geoglyphs, some stretching over 1,000 feet in length, depict everything from geometric shapes to intricate figures of animals, plants, and even human-like forms. But here's the twist: these designs are so vast that they can only be fully appreciated from the air. How did a culture that existed over 2,000 years ago, long before the invention of flight, create such precise and enormous artwork? And more importantly, why? The Nazca Lines were created by the Nazca people, who thrived in the region between 200 BC and 600 CE. To make these designs, they removed the dark, iron-rich stones that cover the desert surface, revealing the lighter-colored soil beneath. This simple yet ingenious technique created stark contrasts that have endured for centuries, thanks to the region's dry climate and lack of wind erosion. But the sheer scale of these geoglyphs is what truly boggles the mind. Some of the lines stretch for miles, forming perfectly straight paths across the rugged terrain. How did the Nazca achieve such precision without aerial guidance? One theory suggests they used a combination of simple tools and mathematical principles. By driving stakes into the ground and connecting them with ropes, they could have created straight lines and precise angles. Others believe they may have used scaled-down models to plot out the designs before transferring them to the desert floor. Whatever the method, the result is a testament to their ingenuity and planning. But the purpose of the Nazca Lines remains a subject of intense debate. Some researchers argue that they served as astronomical markers, aligning with celestial events like solstices or the rising of certain stars. Others propose they were part of ritual pathways used in ceremonies or pilgrimages to honor the gods. A more controversial theory suggests the lines were meant to communicate with deities or even extraterrestrial beings, given their visibility from above. While we may never know for certain, what's clear is that the Nazca Lines were far more than mere decorations. They were a profound expression of the culture's beliefs and values. What's equally fascinating is the role these geoglyphs played in the landscape. Unlike other ancient monuments, the Nazca Lines weren't built to dominate the environment. They were designed to harmonize with it. The flat, open desert became their canvas, and the act of creating these designs may have been as significant as the finished product. In a world where resources were scarce, the Nazca people invested immense time and effort into these creations, suggesting they held deep spiritual or cultural importance. Today, the Nazca Lines continue to captivate and mystify. They challenge our understanding of ancient communication, artistry, and engineering, reminding us that even the simplest tools can create wonders when paired with human creativity and determination. As we gaze down at these sprawling designs from above, we're left to wonder, were they messages to the heavens, maps of the cosmos, or something else entirely? Whatever their purpose, the Nazca Lines stand as a testament to the enduring power of human imagination and the mysteries that still lie hidden in the sands of time. Beneath the quiet fields of Xi'an, China, lies one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries of all time, a vast underground army of terracotta soldiers, horses, and chariots standing in silent vigil for over 2,000 years. Unearthed in 1974 by local farmers digging a well, the Terracotta Army has since revealed itself as a masterpiece of ancient engineering and artistry. This isn't just a collection of statues, it's an entire military force, each soldier crafted with unique facial features, hairstyles, and armor, reflecting the diversity of Qin Shi Huang's real-life army. But how did ancient artisans create such a staggering number of life-sized figures? And what was the purpose of this monumental undertaking? The sheer scale of the Terracotta Army is awe-inspiring. Estimates suggest there are over 8,000 soldiers, along with hundreds of horses and chariots, spread across 3 massive pits. Each figure was made using a combination of molds and hand carving, allowing for both efficiency and individuality. The bodies were created from standardized molds, but the heads were customized to give each soldier a distinct appearance. From the intricate braids of their hair to the patterns on their armor, no two figures are exactly alike. This level of detail required not only skilled artisans but also an organized system of production, likely involving workshops with specialized tasks. Imagine the coordination needed to produce thousands of figures, each one requiring meticulous attention to detail. But the craftsmanship doesn't stop at the soldiers themselves. The chariots and weapons found in the pits were equally impressive, with some swords still sharp enough to cut through metal after 2 millennia. These weapons were coated with a protective layer of chromium oxide, a technique that was centuries ahead of its time. The chariots, too, were built with precision, their wooden parts preserved by the clay-lined pits. Together, these elements create a vivid snapshot of an ancient empire's military might frozen in time. So why did Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China, commission such an elaborate project? The answer lies in his beliefs about the afterlife. In ancient Chinese culture, it was believed that the emperor would need an army to protect him in the next world. The Terracotta Army was essentially a spiritual safeguard designed to ensure Qin Shi Huang's dominance even in death. This wasn't just about military power, it was a statement of his divine authority and his desire for immortality. The scale of the project reflects not only his ambition but also the resources and labor available to him as the ruler of a newly unified empire. What's truly remarkable is the level of organization and planning that went into creating the Terracotta Army. The pits were carefully designed, with soldiers arranged in battle formations, ready to defend their emperor in the afterlife. The figures were painted in vibrant colors, though much of the pigment has faded over time, and the entire complex was equipped with drainage systems to prevent flooding. This wasn't a haphazard burial, it was a meticulously planned operation, showcasing the ingenuity and resourcefulness of ancient Chinese engineers. Today, the Terracotta Army stands as a testament to the ambition and creativity of one of history's most powerful rulers. It's a reminder of the lengths humans will go to in pursuit of legacy and immortality, and it offers us a glimpse into the beliefs and values of an ancient civilization. As we walk among these silent soldiers, we're reminded that even in death, the echoes of human ambition can resonate for thousands of years, inspiring awe and wonder in every generation that follows. Imagine a world where fresh, clean water flows effortlessly into your home, allowing you to drink, bathe, and thrive, all thanks to an ingenious system of engineering that harnesses the power of gravity. This wasn't the dream of a modern city planner, it was the reality of ancient Rome made possible by their revolutionary aqueducts. These towering stone structures stretching across the empire were more than just feats of engineering. They were lifelines transforming how people lived and cities grew. But what made the Roman aqueducts so groundbreaking, and how did they manage to achieve such precision without the tools we take for granted today? At their core, the aqueducts were a triumph of both design and calculation. The Romans didn't just build channels to carry water, they mastered the science of slope and flow. Using nothing more than simple tools like the chorobates, a leveling instrument, Roman engineers calculated the exact gradient needed to keep water moving steadily from its source to its destination. Too steep and the water would rush uncontrollably, eroding the channels. Too shallow and it would stagnate. Getting it just right required an extraordinary understanding of physics and geometry, all applied with remarkable precision. But the aqueducts weren't just about moving water, they were about delivering it efficiently. The channels were often built underground to reduce evaporation and contamination, with sections supported by towering arches when crossing valleys or uneven terrain. These arches, a hallmark of Roman architecture, distributed weight evenly, allowing the aqueducts to span vast distances without collapsing. Some of the most famous examples, like the Pont du Gard in France, still stand today as testaments to their durability and ingenuity. It's no wonder these structures became symbols of Roman power and innovation. The impact of the aqueducts extended far beyond engineering. By bringing fresh water to cities, they enabled the growth of urban centers, transforming Rome and other cities into bustling hubs of commerce and culture. Public baths, fountains, and even private homes could now access clean water, improving hygiene and quality of life. The baths, in particular, became social centers where people gathered to relax, conduct business, and connect, a testament to how infrastructure can shape society. And let's not forget the practical benefits. Aqueducts supplied water for agriculture, helping to feed growing populations and sustain the empire's expansion. What's perhaps most striking about the aqueducts is their lasting legacy. Long after the fall of Rome, their principles influenced water systems across the world, from medieval Europe to the modern era. They remind us that infrastructure isn't just about convenience, it's about civilization itself. By solving the problem of water distribution, the Romans laid the foundation for urban life as we know it, proving that even the most basic human needs can inspire extraordinary innovation. Today, as we marvel at the remnants of these ancient marvels, we're reminded of the timeless importance of planning, precision, and vision. The aqueducts weren't just built to last, they were built to transform, and their impact continues to ripple through history. They stand as a powerful reminder that the challenges we face today, from water scarcity to urban growth, have been met with ingenuity before, and that the solutions we seek may lie in the lessons of the past. Rising from the remote shores of Easter Island, the Moai stand as silent sentinels, their imposing figures gazing out over the vast Pacific Ocean. Carved from volcanic rock, these towering statues, some weighing up to 80 tons, are more than just stone. They're a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of the Rapa Nui people. But how did a small, isolated community with no access to modern tools or machinery manage to create and move these colossal figures across miles of rugged terrain? The story of the Moai is one of human determination, creativity, and a deep connection to the land and ancestors. The process of creating a Moai began in the quarries of Rono-Raraku, a volcanic crater where the island's soft volcanic tuff provided the perfect material for carving. Using stone tools called toki, artisans carefully chiseled each statue directly from the rock face, shaping them with remarkable precision. The sheer size of these figures, some standing over 30 feet tall, would have required not only skill but also incredible patience. Each Moai was carved horizontally, then detached from the bedrock and moved to an upright position for finishing touches. But the real challenge wasn't just carving the statues, it was transporting them to their final locations. How did the Rapa Nui move these massive figures across the island? Theories abound, but one of the most compelling suggests they used a combination of ropes, wooden sledges, and a rocking motion to walk the statues to their ahu, or ceremonial platforms. This method, which involved teams of workers pulling and tilting the Moai in a rhythmic motion, would have been both labor-intensive and highly coordinated. Another theory proposes that the statues were transported on wooden rollers or log tracks, though the scarcity of trees on the island makes this idea particularly intriguing. Regardless of the method, the feat of moving such heavy objects without wheels or beasts of burden is nothing short of astonishing. The cultural significance of the Moai is just as fascinating as their construction. For the Rapa Nui, these statues were not merely decorative, they were sacred. Each Moai represented a deified ancestor believed to hold spiritual power and provide protection for the living. The statues were placed on ahu platforms facing inland, watching over the villagers and their descendants. The largest ahu, known as Ahu Tongariki, features 15 Moai standing in a row, their backs to the sea, a powerful symbol of unity and ancestral reverence. But the story of the Moai is also one of environmental challenges. The island's limited resources, particularly its once lush palm forests, were heavily depleted during the construction and transport of the statues. This deforestation, combined with other factors like overpopulation and soil degradation, led to a dramatic decline in the island's ecosystem and ultimately its society. The creation of the Moai was a monumental achievement, but it also serves as a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between human ambition and environmental sustainability. Today, the Moai continue to captivate and inspire. They stand not only as a testament to the Rapa Nui's ingenuity, but also as a symbol of the enduring human spirit. Their creation required not just physical strength, but a deep sense of purpose and community. As we gaze upon these ancient giants, we're reminded that even in the face of immense challenges, human creativity and determination can leave a legacy that transcends time. And perhaps in their silent vigil, the Moai have something to teach us about the importance of harmony with our ancestors, our environment, and each other. Hidden within the sands of time lies a legend so captivating that it has sparked debates for centuries: the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Often hailed as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, this marvel is said to have been a lush, verdant paradise rising high above the arid Mesopotamian plains. But was it real or simply the stuff of myth? While archaeologists have yet to uncover definitive proof of its existence, the stories surrounding the gardens paint a picture of breathtaking ingenuity and ambition, challenging us to reimagine what ancient civilizations were capable of. Imagine a towering structure, its terraces overflowing with vibrant plants, trees, and flowers, cascading like a green waterfall in the heart of a desert. According to ancient accounts, the Hanging Gardens were built by King Nebuchadnezzar II around 600 BC as a gift to his wife, Queen Amytis, who longed for the lush landscapes of her homeland. But creating such a spectacle in a dry, unforgiving environment would have required more than just royal whimsy. It demanded groundbreaking engineering. One of the greatest challenges would have been water. How do you sustain a thriving garden in a region where water is scarce? The Babylonians were masters of irrigation, and it's believed they designed an elaborate system to draw water from the Euphrates River and transport it to the gardens. Some accounts describe a chain pump, a series of buckets on a rotating wheel that lifted water to the highest levels, where it could flow downward through a network of channels. This feat of hydraulic engineering would have been revolutionary for its time, showcasing a deep understanding of mechanics and resource management. But water was only part of the puzzle. The garden's structural design would have been equally impressive. Ancient texts describe a series of terraces supported by massive stone columns and arches, creating a tiered effect that gave the gardens their hanging appearance. These terraces would have needed to support not only the weight of the plants, but also the soil and water required to sustain them. Some theories suggest the Babylonians used waterproof layers of reeds, bitumen, and lead to prevent water from seeping through and damaging the structure below. Whether or not the gardens truly existed, the very idea of such a construction pushes the boundaries of what we think ancient societies could achieve. Historians and archaeologists have long debated the gardens' location and even their existence. Some argue they were built in Babylon itself, near present-day Hilla, Iraq, while others propose they may have been located in Nineveh, constructed by the Assyrian king Sennacherib. The lack of physical evidence has only added to the mystery, leaving us to rely on vivid descriptions from ancient writers like Strabo and Diodorus Siculus. These accounts, though poetic, offer tantalizing glimpses of what might have been a testament to the power of human imagination and storytelling. What makes the Hanging Gardens so compelling isn't just their supposed beauty or engineering brilliance, it's the idea they represent. They embody the human desire to create something extraordinary, to define nature's limitations, and to leave a lasting legacy. Whether real or mythical, the gardens inspire us to dream bigger, to push the boundaries of what's possible, and to remember that even the most ambitious visions can take root in the most unlikely places. As we ponder the mysteries of the Hanging Gardens, we're reminded that the past is filled with stories that challenge our understanding and ignite our curiosity. Whether they were a true marvel of ancient engineering or a legend born from the sands of time, the gardens continue to captivate us, inviting us to explore the intersection of myth, history, and human ingenuity. And perhaps, in their elusive beauty, they offer a timeless lesson that the greatest wonders are often those that lie just beyond the edges of certainty. Standing proudly in the heart of Rome, the Colosseum is more than just an ancient amphitheater. It's a masterpiece of engineering that has captivated the world for nearly 2,000 years. Built between 70 and 80 CE under the emperors Vespasian and Titus, this colossal structure was designed to hold over 50,000 spectators, making it the largest amphitheater of its time. But what truly sets the Colosseum apart isn't just its size. It's the groundbreaking techniques and materials used to create it. At a time when most structures relied on stone and mortar, the Romans turned to something revolutionary: concrete. This durable, versatile material allowed them to build faster, stronger, and on a scale never before seen. the Colosseum's design was as innovative as its construction. Its elliptical shape not only maximized seating but also enhanced acoustics, ensuring that even those in the highest seats could hear the roar of the crowd and the clash of swords. Beneath the arena floor lay a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers known as the Hypogeum, where gladiators, animals, and stagehands waited to make their dramatic entrances. Trapdoors and elevators, powered by a complex system of pulleys and counterweights, allowed for sudden, awe-inspiring appearances that kept audiences on the edge of their seats. The Hypogeum was a marvel of logistics, enabling elaborate spectacles to unfold with precision and flair. But the Colosseum wasn't just a stage for entertainment, it was a reflection of Roman society and power. Gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and mock naval battles weren't merely for amusement. They were carefully orchestrated displays of Rome's dominance and control. These events were funded by emperors and wealthy patrons as a way to gain favor with the people, reinforcing their authority and the might of the empire. The Colosseum became a symbol of Rome's ability to conquer not just lands but also the imagination of its citizens. What's equally fascinating is how the Colosseum catered to the needs of its massive audience. Its tiered seating system, divided by social class, ensured that everyone from senators to slaves had a place to watch the action. Awnings or velaria could be unfurled to shield spectators from the sun, while a sophisticated network of staircases and passageways allowed for efficient crowd management. The Romans didn't just build an arena, they created an experience, one that balanced grandeur with practicality. Today, the Colosseum stands as a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of ancient Rome. Its enduring presence reminds us of the power of innovation and the lasting impact of human creativity, but it also serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of history, a structure built for spectacle and celebration, yet steeped in the blood and struggle of those who fought within its walls. As we walk through its arches and gaze upon its weathered stones, we're invited to reflect on the lessons it holds, both awe-inspiring and sobering, about the heights of human achievement and the cost of ambition. Stretching across the rugged landscapes of northern China, the Great Wall stands as a breathtaking symbol of human ambition and resilience. Spanning over 13,000 miles, this colossal structure weaves through mountains, deserts, and grasslands, connecting watchtowers, fortresses, and barriers into a unified defense system. But the Great Wall is far more than just a wall, it's a masterpiece of engineering, a testament to centuries of innovation, and a powerful symbol of a nation's determination to protect its people. How did ancient engineers accomplish such a monumental task, and what makes this structure so enduring? The construction of the Great Wall began as early as the 7th century BCE, with various dynasties adding to and reinforcing it over time. The most famous sections, built during the Ming dynasty between the 14th and 17th centuries, showcase advanced techniques that were centuries ahead of their time. Builders used locally available materials, stone, brick, tamped earth, and even wood, to adapt to the diverse terrain. In mountainous regions, they carved steps directly into the rock, while in desert areas, they used layers of reeds and sand to create sturdy foundations. This adaptability allowed the wall to withstand harsh weather and natural erosion, ensuring its longevity. One of the most ingenious features of the Great Wall is its network of watchtowers strategically placed at regular intervals. These towers served multiple purposes. They were lookout points for spotting invaders, communication hubs for relaying messages, and storage facilities for weapons and supplies. Signal fires, known as beacon towers, were lit to warn of approaching threats, with smoke used during the day and flames at night. This rapid communication system allowed defenders to mobilize quickly, even across vast distances, demonstrating a level of coordination and foresight that was unparalleled at the time. But the Great Wall wasn't just a physical barrier, it was a psychological one. Its sheer scale and imposing presence were meant to deter potential invaders, projecting an image of strength and unity. For the people of China, it became a symbol of national identity, a reminder of their shared history and collective effort. The wall also played a crucial role in controlling trade along the Silk Road, with checkpoints regulating the flow of goods and people, ensuring both security and prosperity for the empire. The cultural significance of the Great Wall extends far beyond its military function. It has inspired countless stories, poems, and legends, becoming a source of pride and inspiration for generations. Today, it stands as an UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited landmarks in the world, drawing millions of visitors each year who come to marvel at its grandeur and reflect on its history. What makes the Great Wall truly remarkable is not just its size or its engineering prowess, it's the story of the people who built it. Thousands of workers, from soldiers to laborers, dedicated their lives to its construction, often under grueling conditions. Their perseverance and ingenuity remind us that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome with determination and teamwork. As we walk along its ancient stones, we're not just tracing the footsteps of history, we're connecting with the spirit of those who dared to dream big and leave a lasting legacy. The Great Wall of China is more than a monument. It's a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and the lengths we'll go to protect what we hold dear. It challenges us to think about the legacies we're building today and the walls, both physical and metaphorical, that we choose to construct. In its shadow, we're reminded that the greatest achievements are often born from the collective efforts of many, standing together against the tests of time. Nestled deep within the rugged desert canyons of southern Jordan lies Petra, a city so breathtakingly unique that it feels like a mirage rising from the sand. Known as the Rose City for the pink hues of its sandstone cliffs, Petra isn't just a place, it's a masterpiece carved directly into the rock itself. Imagine an entire city with temples, tombs, and theaters, all chiseled by hand into towering stone faces. But Petra's beauty is more than skin deep. It's a marvel of ancient engineering, ingenuity, and survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. At the heart of Petra's brilliance is its water management system, a feat of engineering that allowed this desert city to thrive. Water was scarce, but the Nabateans, the people who built Petra, were masters of harnessing what little they had. They carved intricate channels and cisterns into the stone, capturing rainwater and directing it to reservoirs and underground storage systems. Some of these channels were so precise that they carried water for miles, ensuring a steady supply even during dry seasons. This wasn't just about survival, it was about creating an oasis in the desert, a place where life could flourish against all odds. The most iconic structure in Petra is the Treasury, or Al-Kosneh, with its elaborate facade towering over 40 meters high. Carved into the cliff face, the treasury's intricate details, columns, statues, and ornate carvings are a testament to the skill and artistry of the Nabateans. But what many don't realize is that this stunning facade was just the beginning. Beyond it lies a sprawling city, complete with temples, tombs, and even a Roman-style theater, all carved into the rock. Each structure tells a story of a culture that blended influences from across the ancient world, creating something entirely unique. Petra wasn't just a city of stone, it was a bustling hub of trade and commerce. Situated at the crossroads of major trade routes, it connected the ancient world, linking the Mediterranean with Arabia, India, and China. Caravans laden with spices, silks, and precious gems would pass through Petra, bringing wealth and cultural exchange. The Nabateans capitalized on their strategic location, charging taxes and fees that turned their city into a thriving economic powerhouse. But this prosperity also made Petra a target. eventually leading to its decline as rival powers sought control of its lucrative trade routes. Today, Petra stands as a testament to human resilience and creativity. Its towering facades and hidden passageways continue to inspire awe, drawing visitors from around the world. But it's not just the grandeur that captivates, it's the story of a people who turned a barren landscape into a thriving civilization. As we wander through the narrow Sick, the canyon that leads to the treasury, or climb the steps to the monastery, we're reminded of the power of ingenuity and the enduring legacy of those who dared to dream big. Petra isn't just a city carved in stone, it's a monument to the human spirit, a reminder that even in the most unlikely places, beauty and brilliance can flourish. High in the Andes Mountains, where jagged peaks meet dense jungles, the Inca Empire achieved what might seem impossible, a sprawling network of roads that connected distant corners of their vast territory. Stretching over 24,000 miles, this intricate system, often called the Quhapac Ñan, or Royal Road, was more than just a feat of engineering, it was the lifeblood of the empire. But how did the Inca, without the wheel or iron tools, construct such a sophisticated network across some of the most challenging terrain on Earth? The answer lies in their unparalleled ingenuity and adaptability. The Inca roads were built to last, crafted with a precision that still astonishes engineers today. In flat, open areas, the roads were paved with tightly fitted stones, creating a smooth surface that could withstand heavy foot traffic and the region's unpredictable weather. In mountainous regions, the Inca carved staircases directly into the rock, allowing travelers to navigate steep slopes with ease. And where rivers and gorges presented obstacles, they built suspension bridges made of woven grass, some spanning over 100 feet. These bridges, meticulously maintained and replaced every few years, were a testament to their mastery of materials and their understanding of the environment. But the roads weren't just about getting from one place to another, they were about connection. The Inca Empire stretched from modern-day Colombia to Chile, encompassing diverse landscapes and cultures. The road network tied these regions together, enabling the rapid movement of armies, goods, and information. Runners, known as chasquis, could relay messages across the empire at astonishing speeds, covering up to 150 miles in a single day. This communication system allowed the Inca to maintain control over their vast territory, responding quickly to threats or opportunities. The roads also played a crucial role in trade and cultural exchange. Goods like maize, potatoes, and textiles moved freely along these routes, while ideas, traditions, and technologies spread from one community to another. The Inca understood that a connected empire was a strong empire, and their roads became a symbol of unity and shared purpose. Along the way, they built tambos, rest stops equipped with food, shelter, and supplies to support travelers and ensure the smooth flow of commerce. What's perhaps most remarkable about the Inca roads is how they harmonized with the landscape. Rather than forcing nature to conform to their designs, the Inca worked with the environment, building roads that adapted to the contours of the land. This approach not only made construction more efficient but also minimized the environmental impact, a lesson that resonates deeply in our modern world. Today, remnants of the Inca road system still exist, winding through the Andes and offering glimpses into a civilization that understood the power of connection. These roads remind us that infrastructure isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about bringing people together, fostering communication, and creating a sense of shared identity. As we walk in the footsteps of the Inca, we're reminded that the greatest achievements are often those that bridge divides, both physical and cultural, and leave a legacy of unity for generations to come. Towering over the bustling harbor of Alexandria, the Lighthouse of Alexandria was more than just a beacon. It was a marvel of ancient engineering and a testament to human ingenuity. Known as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, This colossal structure stood over 300 feet tall, making it one of the tallest man-made buildings of its time. But what made the lighthouse truly extraordinary wasn't just its height. It was the advanced technology and vision that brought it to life. How did the ancient Egyptians manage to create such a towering structure, and how did it change the course of maritime history? The construction of the lighthouse began around 280 BC under the reign of Ptolemy II. Designed by the Greek architect Sostratus of Cnidus, it was built on the small island of Pharos, just off the coast of Alexandria. The structure was divided into three distinct sections: a square base, a central octagonal tower, and a cylindrical top crowned with a massive statue, likely of Poseidon, the god of the sea. Each level served a purpose, from housing workers and storing fuel to supporting the fire that burned at its peak. What set the lighthouse apart was its revolutionary use of mirrors, likely polished bronze or glass, to amplify and reflect the light from its fire. These mirrors, combined with a powerful flame, created a beam that could be seen from miles away, guiding ships safely into the harbor. Some accounts even suggest the light was so intense it could be used to spot enemy ships at sea, turning the lighthouse into both a navigational aid and a strategic tool. This level of optical engineering was centuries ahead of its time, showcasing the ancient world's ability to harness science for practical purposes. The cultural significance of the lighthouse extended far beyond its practical use. For the people of Alexandria, it was a symbol of their city's prosperity and connection to the wider world. As a major hub of trade and learning, Alexandria attracted merchants, scholars, and travelers from across the Mediterranean and beyond. The lighthouse, visible from great distances, became a welcoming landmark, a promise of safety and opportunity for those arriving by sea. It also reflected the Ptolemaic dynasty's ambition to position Alexandria as a center of innovation and power. Tragically, the lighthouse's story didn't have a happy ending. Over the centuries, it suffered damage from earthquakes, with the final collapse occurring in the 14th century. Today, little remains of this once majestic structure, though fragments of its stones can still be found in the waters off Alexandria. Despite its physical disappearance, the lighthouse's legacy endures. It inspired countless other lighthouses around the world and remains a powerful symbol of human achievement and the enduring need to navigate the unknown. What makes the Lighthouse of Alexandria so compelling is its blend of practicality and symbolism. It wasn't just a tool for guiding ships, it was a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of knowledge, and a reminder of humanity's ability to conquer even the most daunting challenges. As we reflect on its story, we're reminded that the greatest achievements often emerge at the intersection of necessity and imagination, lighting the way not just for ships but for future generations to follow. Rising from the flat plains of Mesopotamia, the Ziggurates stood as towering monuments to the divine, their stepped forms reaching toward the heavens like stairways to the gods. These ancient temples, built by the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, were more than just places of worship. They were symbols of a civilization's devotion, ingenuity, and connection to the cosmos. But what made these structures so extraordinary, and how did they come to dominate the skyline of one of the world's earliest civilizations? At their core, ziggurates were feats of engineering and resourcefulness. Constructed primarily from mud bricks, a material abundant in the region, they were layered and baked to withstand the harsh climate. The bricks were often reinforced with bitumen, a natural tar-like substance, to provide additional stability and protection against erosion. This practical approach to building allowed the Mesopotamians to create massive structures without the need for stone or other more durable materials. The largest ziggurates, like the famous Etemenanki in Babylon, soared to heights of over 300 feet, their sheer scale a testament to the ambition and skill of their builders. The design of a ziggurate was deeply symbolic. Each tier represented a step closer to the heavens, with a temple at the top serving as a sacred space where priests could commune with the gods. The terraces were often adorned with gardens and trees, creating a lush, elevated sanctuary that contrasted sharply with the arid landscape below. The Ziggurates' orientation was also significant, with staircases and pathways carefully aligned to the cardinal directions, reflecting the Mesopotamians' fascination with astronomy and their belief in a cosmic order governed by the gods. These temples were not just spiritual centers, they were also political and social hubs. The construction of a ziggurate was often commissioned by a king, serving as a statement of his divine mandate and his ability to mobilize resources and labor. The process of building a ziggurate required the coordination of thousands of workers, from brickmakers to architects, and the logistical challenges involved were immense. Yet, the result was a structure that united the community, both in its creation and in its ongoing role as a place of gathering and celebration. Religious rituals played a central role in the life of a ziggurate. Priests would ascend its steps to perform ceremonies, offer sacrifices, and interpret the will of the gods. These rituals were believed to ensure the favor of the deities, securing prosperity and protection for the city and its people. The ziggurate was also a place of learning where scribes recorded myths, laws, and astronomical observations, preserving the knowledge of the civilization for future generations. What makes the ziggurates so remarkable is their enduring legacy. Though many have crumbled over time, their influence can be seen in the stepped pyramids of Mesoamerica and even in the design of modern architecture. They remind us of the power of human creativity and the universal desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. As we study these ancient temples, we're reminded that the pursuit of the divine has always been a driving force behind some of humanity's greatest achievements. The ziggurates of Mesopotamia stand as a testament to the ingenuity and spirituality of one of the world's earliest civilizations. They challenge us to consider how architecture can reflect not just the needs of a society, but its deepest beliefs and aspirations. In their shadow, we find a story of faith, ambition, and the timeless human quest to bridge the gap between earth and sky. Deep within the jungles of Cambodia lies a sprawling complex of temples that seems to defy both time and nature itself. Angkor Wat, the crown jewel of Khmer architecture, isn't just a religious site, it's a symphony of art, engineering, and spirituality. Built in the early 12th century during the reign of King Suryavarman II, this monumental structure was originally dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, later transitioning to a Buddhist site. But Angkor Wat is far more than a place of worship. It's a living testament to the ingenuity and vision of the Khmer Empire, blending breathtaking artistry with groundbreaking engineering. At first glance, the temple's sheer scale is staggering. Covering over 400 acres, Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world. Its iconic 5 towers, shaped like lotus buds, rise majestically above the jungle canopy, symbolizing the sacred Mount Meru, the center of the Hindu cosmos. But what truly sets Angkor Wat apart is its intricate design. The temple is laid out in a series of concentric galleries, each one representing a different realm of existence, from the earthly to the divine. This careful arrangement wasn't just symbolic, it was a deliberate attempt to mirror the cosmos in stone, creating a bridge between the human and the divine. The construction of Angkor Wat was a monumental undertaking, requiring precise planning and an extraordinary level of craftsmanship. The temple was built using millions of sandstone blocks, each one quarried from nearby mountains and transported to the site using a network of canals and rivers. The stones were then meticulously carved and fitted together without the use of mortar, a technique that allowed the structure to withstand centuries of monsoons and tropical heat. The result is a seamless blend of strength and beauty, with every surface adorned with intricate carvings depicting scenes from Hindu mythology, Khmer history, and daily life. One of the most remarkable aspects of Angkor Wat is its sophisticated water management system. The temple is surrounded by a massive moat, not just for defense but also as a symbolic representation of the cosmic ocean. Beyond this, the Khmer engineers created an elaborate network of canals, reservoirs, and basins designed to capture and distribute water throughout the complex. This system wasn't just functional, it was essential for supporting the city's population and agriculture, ensuring the empire's prosperity even during the dry season. The ability to harness and control water in such a challenging environment speaks to the Khmer's deep understanding of hydraulics and their commitment to sustainability. The cultural and religious significance of Angkor Wat cannot be overstated. For the Khmer people, it was more than a temple, it was a microcosm of the universe, a place where heaven and earth met. The carvings that adorn its walls tell stories of creation, battles between gods and demons, and the daily lives of the Khmer people. These images weren't just decorative, they were a way of preserving knowledge, passing down traditions, and reinforcing the empire's spiritual and cultural identity. Today, Angkor Wat continues to inspire awe and wonder. Its towering spires and intricate carvings draw millions of visitors each year, offering a glimpse into a civilization that thrived over 8 centuries ago. But beyond its beauty, Angkor Wat serves as a reminder of the power of human creativity and the enduring legacy of those who dared to dream big. It challenges us to think about the ways we can blend art and engineering, spirituality and practicality to create something that stands the test of time. As we walk through the halls of Angkor Wat, we're not just exploring an ancient temple, we're stepping into a world where art and engineering, faith and ambition come together in perfect harmony. It's a place that invites us to reflect on the heights of human achievement and the timeless desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. And perhaps in its shadow, we can find inspiration to build our own bridges between the past and the present, the earthly and the divine, and the dreams we dare to pursue. Imagine a world without maps or GPS, where traveling long distances meant navigating treacherous terrain, unpredictable weather, and the constant threat of bandits. Now imagine a network of roads so well constructed that they not only connected an empire spanning 3 continents, but also set the standard for engineering excellence for centuries to come. This wasn't the dream of a modern urban planner. It was the reality of ancient Rome made possible by their revolutionary road system. These roads weren't just pathways, they were the veins of an empire pulsing with the lifeblood of trade, communication, and military might. The Roman road network, stretching over 250,000 miles at its peak, was a marvel of precision and durability. Unlike earlier roads, which often followed natural paths or meandered around obstacles, Roman roads were designed to be straight and direct. Surveyors used a tool called a groma to align roads with remarkable accuracy, ensuring they cut through hills, spanned rivers, and crossed valleys in the most efficient way possible. This wasn't just about convenience, it was about speed. For an empire that relied on rapid communication and troop movements, every mile saved was a strategic advantage. But what truly set Roman roads apart was their construction. Each road was built to last, with layers of carefully selected materials that provided both stability and drainage. The process began with digging a trench, often several feet deep, to create a solid foundation. This was filled with large stones, followed by layers of gravel, sand, and finally tightly fitted paving stones. The result was a surface that could withstand heavy traffic, harsh weather, and the test of time. Many Roman roads are still in use today, a testament to their ingenuity and craftsmanship. The roads weren't just functional, they were also symbols of Roman power and unity. Milestones placed at regular intervals marked distances and often bore inscriptions honoring the emperor or local officials. These markers weren't just practical, they were a reminder of Rome's reach and authority. Bridges and tunnels, often built with the same precision as the roads themselves, further showcased the empire's engineering prowess. The Pont du Gard aqueduct in France, for example, is not only a marvel of water transport but also a stunning example of Roman bridge building. The impact of the Roman road network extended far beyond engineering. It transformed how people lived, traveled, and interacted. Merchants could transport goods across vast distances with unprecedented speed, fueling economic growth and cultural exchange. Soldiers could march from one end of the empire to the other, securing borders and quelling rebellions, and messages carried by couriers known as cursus publicus could travel hundreds of miles in just days, keeping the empire connected and informed. Perhaps most importantly, the roads became a unifying force, linking diverse regions and peoples under Roman rule. They facilitated the spread of ideas, technologies, and traditions, creating a shared identity across the empire. Even after Rome's fall, the roads endured, serving as the foundation for modern transportation networks and inspiring countless generations of engineers. As we trace the paths of these ancient roads, we're reminded of the power of connection. The Roman road network wasn't just about moving people and goods, it was about building an empire that could stand the test of time. It challenges us to think about the ways we connect our own world today and the legacies we're creating for the future. In the footsteps of those ancient engineers, we find a story of ambition, innovation, and the enduring desire to bring people together. High above the Yorubamba River, shrouded in mist and surrounded by towering peaks, Machu Picchu emerges like a dream carved in stone. This lost city of the Incas, perched nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, is more than just a breathtaking sight. It's a testament to the incredible engineering and vision of a civilization that thrived in one of the most challenging environments on Earth. Built in the 15th century during the reign of the Inca Emperor Pachacuti, Machu Picchu wasn't just a city, it was a masterpiece of harmony between human ambition and the natural world. What makes Machu Picchu so extraordinary is how seamlessly it integrates with its environment. The city is built on a narrow ridge, flanked by steep cliffs and jagged mountains. To create a stable foundation, the Inca engineers constructed massive retaining walls and terraces, leveling the land and preventing erosion. These terraces weren't just for stability, they were also used for agriculture, allowing the Inca to grow crops like maize and potatoes in an otherwise inhospitable landscape. The terraces were designed with precision, incorporating drainage systems to prevent waterlogging and ensure fertile soil. This combination of practicality and environmental sensitivity is a hallmark of Inca engineering. But Machu Picchu's ingenuity goes beyond its terraces. The city's buildings were constructed using a technique called ashlar masonry, where stones are cut to fit together without mortar. The precision of this method is astonishing. Some stones are so tightly fitted that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. This technique not only created durable structures but also made them resistant to earthquakes, a common occurrence in the Andes. The stones could shift slightly during tremors, then settle back into place, ensuring the buildings remained intact. It's a level of foresight and adaptability that continues to impress modern engineers. The purpose of Machu Picchu has long been a subject of debate. While some believe it was a religious sanctuary or a ceremonial site, the most widely accepted theory is that it served as a royal estate for Pachacuti. The city's layout, with its elegant temples, plazas, and residential areas, suggests it was a retreat for the elite, a place of rest and reflection high above the bustling capital of Cusco. The Temple of the Sun, with its curved walls and precise alignment with the solstices, hints at its spiritual significance, while the Intihuatana stone, often called the hitching post of the sun, may have been used for astronomical observations or rituals. Despite its grandeur, Machu Picchu was abandoned just over a century after its construction, likely due to the Spanish conquest and the collapse of the Inca Empire. The city was left to the elements, its existence forgotten by all but a few locals until its rediscovery in 1911 by Hiram Bingham. Today, it stands as a symbol of resilience and ingenuity, a reminder of a civilization that achieved greatness in harmony with its environment. As we wander through its stone pathways and gaze out over the cloud-shrouded peaks, Machu Picchu invites us to ponder the delicate balance between human ambition and the natural world. It's a place where history and beauty converge, offering lessons in sustainability, innovation, and the enduring power of human creativity. In its silent stones, we find a story of a people who not only conquered the mountains but also left a legacy that continues to inspire us to reach new heights. Perched atop the Acropolis in Athens, the Parthenon isn't just a temple, it's a masterpiece of ancient engineering and artistry, embodying the ideals of classical Greece. Built in the 5th century BCE under the leadership of the statesman Pericles, this iconic structure was designed to honor Athena, the city's patron goddess, and to celebrate Athenian democracy. But what makes the Parthenon so extraordinary isn't just its historical importance, it's the sheer brilliance of its design and construction, which continues to captivate architects and historians to this day. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Parthenon is its use of optical illusions to create a sense of perfection. At first glance, the temple appears perfectly straight and symmetrical, but in reality, its architects employed subtle curves and adjustments to counteract the natural distortions of human vision. The columns, for example, are slightly bulged in the middle, a technique known as entosses, which makes them appear straight when viewed from a distance. The floor and stylobate, the platform on which the columns stand, are also gently curved, rising slightly in the center to prevent the temple from looking saggy. These refinements, though barely noticeable to the naked eye, demonstrate an astonishing understanding of both mathematics and human perception. The Parthenon sculptures are equally breathtaking, showcasing the skill and creativity of ancient Greek artists. The frieze that wraps around the temple's inner chamber depicts the Panathenaic procession, a grand festival honoring Athena. Each figure is carved with lifelike detail, capturing movement and emotion in a way that feels almost alive. The metopes, rectangular panels above the columns, tell stories of mythical battles, symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. And then there are the pediments, the triangular spaces at the front and back of the temple, filled with larger-than-life statues of gods and heroes. These sculptures weren't just decorative, they were a visual narrative conveying the values and beliefs of Athenian society. But the Parthenon wasn't just a religious or artistic achievement, it was also a political statement. Built during the height of Athens' power, it symbolized the city's wealth, ambition, and democratic ideals. The funds used to construct the temple came from the Delian League, an alliance of Greek city-states led by Athens, which some saw as a controversial use of resources. For Pericles, however, the Parthenon was a way to showcase Athens' cultural and intellectual leadership, reinforcing its status as the heart of the Greek world. It became a beacon of democracy, a reminder that the city's greatness was built not just on military might but on the collective effort of its citizens. The cultural significance of the Parthenon extends far beyond its original purpose. Over the centuries, it has survived invasions, earthquakes, and even an explosion during a war in the 17th century. Despite the damage, its enduring presence has made it a symbol of resilience and continuity. Today, it stands not just as a relic of the past, but as an inspiration for modern architects and thinkers, a testament to the timeless power of human creativity. As we gaze upon the Parthenon's marble columns and intricate carvings, we're reminded of the ideals it represents: beauty, balance, and the pursuit of perfection. It challenges us to think about the ways we can honor our own values and leave a lasting legacy. In its shadow, we find a story of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating something that would inspire awe and admiration for thousands of years. Deep in the lush jungles of southern Mexico, the Olmec civilization left behind a legacy that continues to baffle and inspire: the colossal stone heads. These massive sculptures, some weighing as much as 25 tons, stand as silent guardians of a culture often referred to as the mother civilization of Mesoamerica. Carved from single blocks of basalt, each head is unique, with distinct facial features, headdresses, and expressions that seem to capture the essence of the individuals they represent. But how did the Olmec, without the use of metal tools or the wheel, manage to create and move these monumental works of art? The process of creating a colossal head began with the quarrying of basalt, a dense volcanic rock found in the Tuxtla Mountains, miles away from the Olmec heartland. Transporting these enormous blocks of stone to their final locations was no small feat. Scholars believe the Olmec used a combination of log rollers, sledges, and human labor to move the stones across rivers and through dense jungle terrain. The sheer effort required to transport just one head would have involved hundreds of workers, working in unison to overcome the challenges of the landscape. Once the stone arrived at its destination, artisans used stone tools to carve the intricate details, from the subtle curves of the lips to the elaborate headdresses that adorn many of the sculptures. What makes these heads truly fascinating is their individuality. Each one appears to depict a specific person, possibly an Olmec ruler or a revered leader. The facial features, broad noses, full lips, and almond-shaped eyes, are strikingly lifelike, suggesting a deep connection to the people they represent. Some heads wear elaborate headdresses adorned with symbols that may indicate their status or role in society. This level of detail not only showcases the Olmec's artistic skill, but also hints at the importance of portraiture in their culture. The purpose of the colossal heads remains a subject of debate. Some researchers believe they served as markers of political power, erected to honor leaders or commemorate significant events. Others suggest they had a religious or ceremonial function, perhaps serving as guardians of sacred spaces. What's clear is that these sculptures were more than just art. They were symbols of identity and authority, reflecting the values and beliefs of a society that thrived over 3,000 years ago. Yet, despite their achievements, the Olmec civilization eventually declined, leaving behind little written record of their history. The reasons for their disappearance are still unclear, with theories ranging from environmental changes to internal conflict. What remains, however, are the colossal heads, enduring reminders of a culture that laid the foundation for later Mesoamerican civilizations like the Maya and Aztec. Today, these stone giants continue to captivate archaeologists and visitors alike, offering a glimpse into a world that remains shrouded in mystery. They stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the Olmec people, who dared to dream big and leave a legacy that has stood the test of time. As we gaze upon these ancient faces, we're reminded of the power of art to transcend time and connect us to the stories of those who came before us. In their silent presence, we find a bridge to a past that continues to inspire and intrigue, inviting us to uncover the secrets of a civilization that shaped the course of history. Standing proudly in the heart of Rome, the Pantheon is more than just a building. It's a triumph of ancient engineering that has inspired architects for nearly 2,000 years. Completed around 126 CE during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, this iconic structure is best known for its massive dome, a feat of construction that remains unmatched even by modern standards. But what makes the Pantheon so extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the ingenious techniques and materials used to create it, showcasing the Roman Empire's mastery of architecture and design. At the heart of the Pantheon's brilliance is its use of concrete, a material the Romans perfected and turned into an art form. Unlike earlier structures that relied on stone or brick, the Pantheon's dome was built using a carefully calculated mix of concrete, incorporating lighter materials like pumice as it rose higher. This innovative approach reduced the weight of the dome while maintaining its strength, allowing it to soar to a height of over 140 feet. The dome's thickness also tapers as it ascends, further minimizing stress and ensuring stability. It's a level of precision and foresight that still astonishes engineers today. Then there's the oculus, the circular opening at the top of the dome. Measuring nearly 30 feet in diameter, it's not just a design feature, it's a stroke of genius. The oculus allows natural light to flood the interior, creating a dramatic interplay of light and shadow that changes throughout the day. It also serves a practical purpose, reducing the dome's weight and distributing stress evenly across its structure. But beyond its engineering function, the oculus has a symbolic meaning, representing the connection between the earthly and the divine. Standing beneath it, you can't help but feel a sense of awe, as if the heavens themselves are looking down on you. The Pantheon's design isn't just about beauty, it's about balance. The dome's diameter is exactly equal to the building's height, creating a perfect sphere within a cylinder. This harmonious proportion reflects the Roman obsession with symmetry and order, qualities that were central to their worldview. The interior is equally impressive, with its richly decorated walls and niches that once held statues of gods. Originally built as a temple dedicated to all the Roman deities, the Pantheon was a place of worship, reflection, and celebration, embodying the spiritual and cultural life of the empire. Over the centuries, the Pantheon has endured invasions, earthquakes, and even its transformation into a Christian church in the 7th century. This adaptability has allowed it to survive virtually intact, offering us a rare glimpse into the architectural prowess of ancient Rome. Its influence can be seen in countless structures around the world, from the U.S. Capitol to the domes of Renaissance cathedrals. The Pantheon isn't just a relic of the past, it's a living testament to the enduring power of human creativity and innovation. As we stand beneath its towering dome, we're reminded of the timeless principles that guided its creation: the pursuit of beauty, the mastery of materials, and the desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. The Pantheon isn't just a building, it's a story, one that continues to inspire and challenge us to reach for the stars, just as the ancient Romans did. And in its shadow, we find a lesson in how the past can illuminate the future, showing us what's possible when vision and ingenuity come together. Rising from the valley of central Mexico, the ancient city of Teotihuacan stands as a monument to human ambition and cosmic harmony. Known as the City of the Gods, this sprawling metropolis was once one of the largest cities in the world, home to over 100,000 people at its peak. At its heart are the towering pyramids of the sun and the moon, colossal structures that dominate the landscape and continue to inspire awe centuries after their construction. But what makes these pyramids so extraordinary, and what can they tell us about the people who built them? The Pyramid of the Sun, the largest structure in Teotihuacan, is a marvel of engineering and symbolism. Standing over 200 feet tall, it was constructed using millions of tons of volcanic stone, quarried from nearby sources and meticulously shaped to fit together. The pyramid's sheer size is staggering, but it's the precision of its design that truly captivates. The builders aligned the pyramid with the movement of the sun, ensuring that during the equinoxes, the shadows cast by the structure create a perfect balance of light and dark. This alignment wasn't just a technical achievement, it was a spiritual one, reflecting the deep connection between the city's inhabitants and the cosmos. Just to the north lies the Pyramid of the Moon, slightly smaller but no less significant. Unlike its counterpart, this pyramid wasn't just a single structure but part of a larger complex, surrounded by plazas, temples, and platforms that likely served as stages for ceremonies and rituals. The pyramid's position at the northern end of the city's central avenue, the Avenue of the Dead, suggests it held a special place in Teotihuacan's religious and political life. Archaeologists believe it was dedicated to the great goddess, a central figure in the city's spiritual beliefs, and may have been the site of offerings and sacrifices to ensure prosperity and protection. The construction of these pyramids was a monumental undertaking, requiring not only technical skill but also a highly organized society. Workers would have needed to quarry, transport, and shape massive stones, all while coordinating the layout of the city itself. The use of volcanic stone, known as tezontle, provided both durability and a striking red hue, giving the structures a dramatic appearance against the surrounding landscape. The builders also incorporated layers of earth and clay within the pyramids, a technique that added stability and allowed the structures to withstand earthquakes, a common occurrence in the region. Yet for all its grandeur, Teotihuacan remains shrouded in mystery. The city thrived between the 1st and 7th centuries CE, but its decline is still poorly understood. Some theories suggest internal conflict or environmental changes led to its abandonment, while others point to evidence of a violent end, possibly linked to invasion or social upheaval. What's clear is that the city's influence didn't disappear. Its architectural style, religious symbols, and artistic motifs can be seen in later Mesoamerican cultures, including the Aztecs, who revered Teotihuacan as a sacred place and named it the City of the Gods. The cultural significance of Teotihuacan extends far beyond its pyramids. It was a melting pot of ideas, art, and technology, drawing people from across the region to its bustling markets and ceremonial spaces. Its murals, pottery, and sculptures reveal a society deeply engaged with themes of spirituality, nature, and the cycles of life and death. The city's layout itself, with its precise alignment to celestial events, reflects a worldview where the earthly and the divine were intimately connected. Today, as we walk along the Avenue of the Dead, flanked by the towering pyramids, we're reminded of the incredible legacy of Teotihuacan. Its builders didn't just create structures, they crafted a vision of the world, one where humanity and the cosmos were in harmony. In their work, we find a story of creativity, resilience, and the timeless desire to reach for something greater. And as we stand in the shadow of these ancient giants, we're invited to ponder the mysteries they still hold and the lessons they offer about the power of human ambition and the enduring connection between earth and sky. Standing at the entrance to the ancient city of Mycenae, the Lion Gate is more than just a doorway. It's a declaration of strength, artistry, and ambition. Built around 1250 BC, this monumental gateway is one of the earliest examples of large-scale stone architecture in Europe, and it remains a powerful symbol of a civilization that thrived long before the rise of classical Greece. But what makes the Lion Gate so remarkable, and what does it tell us about the people who built it? The first thing you notice is the sheer scale of the structure. The gate itself is made of massive limestone blocks, some weighing several tons, carefully fitted together without mortar. This cyclopean masonry, named after the mythical one-eyed giants, creates an imposing facade that immediately conveys the might and sophistication of the Mycenaean civilization. The stones are so precisely cut and arranged that they've withstood earthquakes and the passage of time, standing firm for over 3 millennia. Then there's the iconic lion sculpture perched above the lintel. These two majestic creatures, carved in high relief, flank a central column, creating a striking image that has come to symbolize Mycenae itself. The lions, now headless, are thought to have originally had heads made of a different material, possibly bronze or gold, adding an even more dramatic effect. Their presence isn't just decorative, it's symbolic. Lions were associated with power and royalty in the ancient world, and their depiction here served as a warning to visitors and enemies alike. This was a place of strength and authority. The construction of the Lion Gate was no small feat. The massive stones would have been quarried from nearby sources, transported to the site, and lifted into place using a combination of levers, ramps, and sheer human effort. The precision required to align the stones and carve the intricate lion sculpture speaks to the skill and dedication of Mycenaean artisans. But this wasn't just about showcasing technical ability, it was about making a statement. The Lion Gate was the grand entrance to a city that was a center of wealth, culture, and military power, a place where kings ruled and legends were born. Beyond its architectural brilliance, the Lion Gate held deep cultural significance. It was part of a larger fortified complex, symbolizing the Mycenaeans' ability to defend their city and assert their dominance. The gate also served as a ceremonial entrance, welcoming visitors and processions into the heart of Mycenae. For the Mycenaeans, it was more than just a functional structure. It was a representation of their identity, a way of connecting their earthly power to the divine. The lions, often seen as guardians, may have been intended to invoke the protection of the gods, ensuring the city's prosperity and safety. The Lion Gate's influence extends far beyond its time. It has inspired countless artists, architects, and historians, serving as a reminder of the Mycenaeans' legacy. Even today, it stands as a powerful symbol of ancient ingenuity and the enduring human desire to create something that speaks to both the present and the future. As we walk through this ancient gateway, we're reminded of the stories it holds of kings and warriors, of artistry and ambition, and of a civilization that dared to dream big. In the shadow of the Lion Gate, we find a connection to a world that feels both distant and familiar. It challenges us to think about the ways we express power and identity, and the legacies we leave behind. And as we gaze upon its weathered stones and timeless lions, we're invited to explore the mysteries of a culture that shaped the course of history, leaving behind a symbol that continues to inspire and captivate us today. Beneath the quiet streets of Malta lies a hidden world, a labyrinth of chambers and passages carved entirely from solid rock. The Hypogeum of Halsaflieni, dating back over 5,000 years, is more than just an underground temple. It's a masterpiece of prehistoric engineering and a window into the spiritual life of a long-lost civilization. Imagine descending into this subterranean sanctuary, where every curve and crevice tells a story of devotion, artistry, and a deep connection to the mysteries of life and death. The Hypogeum's construction is nothing short of astonishing. Over centuries, ancient builders painstakingly carved out 3 levels of interconnected chambers, using nothing more than stone tools and sheer determination. The upper level, with its large, open spaces, likely served as a gathering place for rituals and ceremonies. The middle level, more intricate and maze-like, features smaller rooms and passageways, some adorned with intricate carvings and red ochre paintings. The lowest level, shrouded in darkness, is thought to have been a sacred burial site where the remains of over 7,000 individuals have been found. Each level reflects a different aspect of the Hypogeum's purpose, blending the practical with the profound. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Hypogeum is its acoustic properties. Certain chambers are designed in such a way that sound resonates with extraordinary clarity, creating an almost otherworldly auditory experience. Some researchers believe these acoustic features were intentional, used to enhance rituals or create a sense of awe during ceremonies. The oracle chamber, for example, amplifies low-frequency sounds, making even a whisper audible throughout the room. This attention to sound suggests that the builders had a sophisticated understanding of acoustics, using it to deepen the spiritual impact of their rituals. The cultural and religious significance of the hypogeum is equally fascinating. For the people who built and used it, this underground complex was more than just a place of worship. It was a bridge between the living and the dead, a sacred space where the boundaries of the physical and spiritual worlds blurred. The presence of so many human remains, carefully arranged and often accompanied by offerings, points to a deep reverence for ancestors and the afterlife. The carvings and paintings depicting spirals, animals, and abstract patterns may have held symbolic meanings representing cycles of life, fertility, or the cosmos. What makes the hypogeum truly remarkable is how it challenges our understanding of prehistoric societies. The level of planning and skill required to create such a complex structure suggests a highly organized and spiritually sophisticated culture. Yet, much about the hypogeum remains a mystery. Who were the people who built it? What rituals took place within its walls? And how did they achieve such precision and artistry with the tools and knowledge of their time? Today, the hypogeum stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spirituality of Malta's ancient inhabitants. It invites us to step into their world, to imagine the flicker of torchlight illuminating its chambers, the hum of chants echoing through its halls, and the profound sense of connection they must have felt to something greater than themselves. As we explore this underground marvel, we're reminded that even in the depths of the earth, humanity's greatest achievements can be found, a legacy of creativity, faith, and the timeless quest to understand the mysteries of existence. In its quiet, hidden chambers, the hypogeum whispers stories of a civilization long gone, yet still speaking to us through the stones they carved with such care. It's a place where history and mystery intertwine, inviting us to uncover the secrets of the past and reflect on the enduring power of human ingenuity and spirituality. Nestled on the island of Java, Indonesia, the Borobudur Temple rises like a mountain of stone, its 9 tiers ascending toward the heavens in a breathtaking display of spiritual and architectural ambition. Built in the 9th century during the reign of the Sailendra dynasty, this colossal structure is the largest Buddhist temple in the world, a masterpiece that blends art, religion, and engineering into a single harmonious vision. But what makes Borobudur truly extraordinary isn't just its size. It's the intricate layers of meaning woven into every stone, every carving, and every step of its design. At first glance, Borobudur's sheer scale is overwhelming. Constructed from over 2 million stone blocks, the temple stretches over 400 feet on each side and reaches a height of 115 feet. The stones were quarried from nearby rivers, transported to the site, and meticulously fitted together without the use of mortar. This precision allowed the structure to withstand centuries of tropical storms, earthquakes, and even volcanic eruptions, a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of its builders. But Borobudur isn't just a feat of engineering, it's a spiritual journey designed to guide pilgrims through the stages of enlightenment. The temple's layout is deeply symbolic, reflecting the Buddhist cosmology. Its 3 levels, the base, the terraces, and the summit, represent the 3 realms of existence: the world of desire, the world of form, and the formless world. As pilgrims ascend, they follow a path that mirrors the journey from earthly concerns to spiritual awakening. The lower levels are adorned with intricate reliefs depicting scenes from daily life and Buddhist teachings, while the upper terraces feature serene statues of the Buddha, each seated within a perforated stupa. At the very top, a central stupa symbolizes nirvana, the ultimate goal of Buddhist practice. What's particularly fascinating about Borobudur is how its carvings tell a story. Over 2,600 relief panels and 500 Buddha statues are spread across its walls and terraces, each one a piece of a larger narrative. These carvings aren't just decorative, they're instructional, offering visual lessons on karma, morality, and the path to enlightenment. For the pilgrims who walked these paths centuries ago, the temple was a living textbook, a place where art and spirituality intertwined to teach profound truths about life and existence. The cultural significance of Borobudur extends far beyond its religious function. It's a symbol of Indonesia's rich history and the enduring legacy of its ancient kingdoms. The temple's construction required not only technical skill but also a deep sense of devotion, with thousands of workers dedicating decades to its creation. Yet, despite its grandeur, Borobudur was mysteriously abandoned around the 14th century, buried under layers of volcanic ash and jungle growth until its rediscovery in the 19th century. Its restoration, which began in the 20th century, was a monumental task requiring international collaboration and a commitment to preserving this priceless heritage. Today, Borobudur stands as a beacon of human creativity and spiritual aspiration. It draws visitors from around the world who come to marvel at its beauty and reflect on its profound symbolism. The temple's design, with its intricate carvings and cosmic symbolism, reminds us that art and architecture can be more than just functional. They can be transformative, guiding us toward deeper understanding and connection. As we walk its ancient pathways, we're invited to embark on our own journey, one that transcends time and space to touch the timeless essence of human striving. Borobudur isn't just a temple, it's a testament to the power of faith and the boundless potential of human ingenuity. In its towering presence, we find a story of devotion, craftsmanship, and the enduring quest for meaning. It challenges us to think about the ways we create meaning in our own lives and the legacies we hope to leave behind. And as we stand in its shadow, we're reminded that even in a world of stone, the human spirit can rise to unimaginable heights. The Pyramid of Chichen Itza, known as El Castillo, rises majestically from the Yucatan jungle, its stepped form casting long shadows over the ancient city it once dominated. This iconic structure, built by the Maya civilization around the 9th century CE, is more than just a pyramid. It's a masterpiece of engineering, astronomy, and artistry. But what makes El Castillo so extraordinary isn't just its imposing presence. It's the layers of meaning and innovation embedded in every stone, revealing a civilization deeply attuned to the rhythms of the cosmos. One of the most remarkable features of El Castillo is its precise alignment with celestial events. The pyramid's 4 sides each have 91 steps, which, when combined with the platform at the top, total 365, a clear nod to the solar calendar. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, the setting sun casts shadows along the pyramid's northern staircase, creating the illusion of a serpent slithering down the steps. This feathered serpent effect, representing the god Kukulkan, wasn't just a visual spectacle, it was a demonstration of the Mayas' profound understanding of astronomy and their ability to integrate it into their architecture. The pyramid's design also showcases the Mayas' mastery of acoustics. A clap or shout at the base of the structure produces an echo that resembles the chirp of the quetzal, a bird revered in Mayan culture. This acoustic phenomenon, likely intentional, adds another layer of meaning to the pyramid, connecting it to the natural world and the spiritual beliefs of the Maya. It's a reminder that for the Maya, architecture wasn't just about form and function. It was about creating spaces that resonated with both the physical and the divine. But El Castillo wasn't just a temple, it was the heart of a thriving city. Chichen Itza was a major center of trade, politics, and religion, drawing people from across the region to its bustling plazas and ceremonial spaces. The pyramid itself was part of a larger complex that included ball courts, observatories, and other temples, each playing a role in the city's social and spiritual life. The Great Ball Court, for example, is the largest of its kind in Mesoamerica, and its carvings depict scenes of ritual games that may have held deep symbolic meaning, possibly tied to themes of life, death, and rebirth. The construction of El Castillo was a monumental achievement, requiring not only technical skill, but also a sophisticated understanding of mathematics and geometry. The pyramid's 9 terraces are thought to represent the 9 levels of the underworld in Mayan cosmology, while the temple at the top symbolizes the heavens. This vertical axis connecting the earthly and the divine reflects the Maya's worldview, where architecture served as a bridge between the human and the sacred. Today, Chichén Itzá stands as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the Maya civilization. Its enduring presence reminds us of a culture that not only mastered the challenges of its environment, but also sought to understand the mysteries of the universe. As we walk among its ancient stones, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can connect with the world around us, through art, science, and the timeless pursuit of knowledge. Chichén Itzá isn't just a relic of the past, it's a living symbol of human achievement, a place where history and wonder converge. In its shadow, we find a story of a people who dared to dream big, creating something that continues to inspire and captivate us centuries later. And as we gaze upon its towering form, we're reminded that the greatest monuments are those that not only stand the test of time, but also invite us to look beyond the horizon, to the infinite possibilities of what we can create and discover. Rising from the sands of Giza, the Great Sphinx stands as a silent sentinel, its enigmatic gaze fixed on the horizon for over 4.5 millennia. This colossal statue, with the body of a lion and the head of a human, is more than just a monument, it's a riddle carved in stone, embodying the mysteries and mastery of ancient Egypt. But how was this massive structure created, and what secrets does it hold about the civilization that built it? The Sphinx was carved directly from the natural limestone bedrock of the Giza Plateau, a feat that required both precision and vision. Workers used copper chisels and stone hammers to shape the statue, starting with the head and working their way down to the massive body. The limestone, though relatively soft, was prone to erosion, which makes the Sphinx's survival all the more remarkable. Surrounding the statue, archaeologists have found evidence of a quarry, suggesting that the same stone used to carve the Sphinx was also used to build the nearby pyramids. This integration of quarrying and sculpting highlights the efficiency and resourcefulness of ancient Egyptian engineers. One of the most enduring mysteries of the Sphinx is its purpose. While many believe it was built as a guardian of the Giza necropolis, protecting the pyramids and the pharaohs buried within, others suggest it may have had a more symbolic role. The lion, a symbol of strength and royalty, combined with the human head, possibly representing the pharaoh Khafre, creates a powerful image of divine authority. Some theories even propose that the Sphinx was aligned with celestial events, serving as a kind of astronomical marker or a link between the earthly and the divine. Whatever its original purpose, the Sphinx has become a timeless emblem of ancient Egypt's grandeur and spiritual depth. Then there's the question of its missing nose. Over the centuries, countless stories have emerged to explain its absence, from tales of Napoleon's soldiers using it for target practice to legends of a Sufi monk destroying it to protest idol worship. However, historical evidence suggests the nose was likely removed much earlier, possibly during the medieval period, as a deliberate act of vandalism. The mystery of the missing nose only adds to the Sphinx's allure, inviting us to imagine its original, unaltered form and the stories it might have told. The cultural significance of the Sphinx extends far beyond its physical presence. For the ancient Egyptians, it was a symbol of power, wisdom, and the eternal connection between the pharaoh and the gods. Its location, facing east toward the rising sun, reinforces its role as a guardian of the sacred and a protector of the afterlife. Over time, the Sphinx has inspired countless myths, legends, and works of art, becoming a universal symbol of mystery and human achievement. Today, as we stand before this ancient giant, we're reminded of the enduring power of human creativity and the questions that still linger about our past. The Sphinx challenges us to look beyond the surface, to explore the stories etched into its weathered stones and the civilization that brought it to life. In its silent gaze, we find a connection to a world that feels both distant and deeply familiar, a reminder that even the greatest mysteries can inspire awe and wonder across the ages. The Great Sphinx of Giza isn't just a statue. It's a testament to the ambition, artistry, and spiritual depth of ancient Egypt. As we unravel its secrets, we're invited to reflect on the timeless human desire to create, to protect, and to leave a legacy that endures long after we're gone. In the shadow of its towering form, we find a story that continues to captivate and inspire, inviting us to explore the mysteries of the past and the boundless potential of the human spirit. Imagine stepping into a world where relaxation and engineering meet in perfect harmony, a place where steam rises from heated pools, intricate mosaics shimmer underfoot, and the hum of conversation fills the air. This was the reality of the Roman baths, a cornerstone of daily life in ancient Rome. Far more than just a place to bathe, these sprawling complexes were marvels of engineering, hubs of social interaction, and symbols of Roman ingenuity. But how did the Romans create such luxurious spaces, and what made them so central to their culture? At the heart of every Roman bath was the hypocaust, an ingenious heating system that revolutionized how buildings could be warmed. Floors were raised on pillars, allowing hot air from a furnace to circulate beneath them. This same air flowed through hollow walls, creating a consistent, comfortable temperature throughout the bath. The Romans even developed a system of adjustable flues to control the heat, ensuring that every room from the steamy caldarium to the cooler frigidarium was perfectly balanced. This level of precision wasn't just about comfort, it was a testament to their mastery of both engineering and design. Water supply was another critical challenge, one the Romans tackled with their trademark efficiency. Aqueducts brought fresh water from miles away, channeling it into the baths through a network of lead pipes. Once used, the water was drained and replaced, ensuring cleanliness and hygiene. The scale of this operation was staggering. Some of the largest bath complexes, like the baths of Caracalla, could accommodate thousands of people daily, requiring millions of gallons of water. It's no wonder these structures became symbols of Roman wealth and technological prowess. Yet the baths weren't just about function, they were works of art. Elaborate mosaics decorated the floors, depicting scenes from mythology, nature, and daily life. Marble columns, statues, and frescoes adorned the walls, creating an atmosphere of opulence and refinement. Every detail, from the arrangement of the rooms to the play of light and shadow, was carefully considered to enhance the experience. Walking through a Roman bath wasn't just a physical journey, it was an immersion in beauty and culture. The social role of the baths was equally profound. For Romans, these spaces were more than just places to bathe. They were community centers where people from all walks of life could gather. Patrons could exercise, relax, and socialize, discussing politics, business, or philosophy in the process. The baths were a rare democratic space in a highly stratified society, where senators and slaves might share the same pools, though not necessarily at the same time. This blending of public and private life made the baths a microcosm of Roman society, reflecting its values, hierarchies, and aspirations. Culturally, the baths were a statement of Roman identity. They showcased the empire's ability to tame nature and create comfort on an unprecedented scale. They also reinforced the Roman ideal of otium leisure as a vital part of a well-lived life. But the baths weren't just about indulgence. They were also places of health and healing, where physicians treated patients and people sought relief from ailments. In this way, they embodied the Roman belief in the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. Today, the ruins of Roman baths stand as a testament to a civilization that understood the importance of balance between work and leisure, function and beauty, the individual and the community. They remind us that even the most utilitarian spaces can be elevated to art, and that the pursuit of comfort and connection is as old as humanity itself. As we explore these ancient wonders, we're invited to reflect on the ways we create spaces for relaxation and community in our own lives, and the legacy we hope to leave behind. The Roman baths weren't just architectural achievements. They were a reflection of a society that valued innovation, culture, and the shared human experience. In their warm waters and intricate designs, we find a story of a people who knew how to live well, and who left behind a legacy that continues to inspire us to this day. Emerging from the dense jungles of Guatemala, the towering temples of Tikal rise like stone sentinels, their peaks piercing the sky above the treetops. These monumental structures, some reaching over 200 feet in height, are more than just architectural marvels. They are a testament to the ingenuity, ambition, and spiritual depth of the ancient Maya. Built over 1,000 years ago, the temples of Tikal stand as enduring symbols of a civilization that mastered both the earthly and the celestial, blending art, science, and faith into a harmonious whole. At the heart of Tikal's construction lies the use of limestone, a material abundant in the region and central to the Maya's architectural vision. Quarried from nearby sources, the stone was meticulously shaped and transported to the site, where it was stacked into towering pyramids without the use of mortar. The precision of this dry stone masonry is astonishing, with each block fitting so tightly that the structures have endured centuries of tropical storms and earthquakes. The temple's steep staircases, leading to summits that seemed to touch the heavens, were more than just pathways. They were symbolic connections between the earthly realm and the divine. What makes these temples truly extraordinary is their alignment with celestial events. The Maya were master astronomers, and their temples were designed to reflect their deep understanding of the cosmos. Temples like the iconic Temple of the Great Jaguar were carefully positioned to align with the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. During solstices and equinoxes, the interplay of light and shadow on the temple's facades created dramatic effects, reinforcing the connection between the Maya and the natural world. These alignments weren't just decorative, they were integral to the Maya's spiritual practices, serving as markers for rituals, agricultural cycles, and the passage of time. The role of Tikal's temples extended far beyond their astronomical significance. They were the beating heart of Mayan society, serving as centers of political power, religious worship, and communal life. The temples were often built to honor the city's rulers, whose tombs were sometimes placed within their structures. The Temple of the Inscriptions, for example, is believed to house the tomb of Jasor Chan Kayawil, one of Tikal's most powerful kings. These burial sites weren't just about honoring the dead, they were a way of legitimizing the authority of the living, connecting rulers to their divine ancestors and the gods themselves. The temples also played a crucial role in the daily lives of Tikal's inhabitants. They were places of pilgrimage where people from across the region would gather to participate in ceremonies, offer sacrifices, and seek guidance from the gods. The plazas surrounding the temples were alive with activity, hosting markets, festivals, and ball games that brought the community together. In this way, the temples were more than just religious sites, they were the cultural and social hubs of the city, reflecting the interconnectedness of Mayan life. What's perhaps most striking about Tikal's temples is their enduring legacy. Long after the decline of the Maya civilization, these structures remained hidden beneath the jungle canopy, their stories preserved in the stones and carvings that have survived the passage of time. Today, they stand as a reminder of a culture that achieved greatness not through conquest alone, but through a profound connection to the natural world and the cosmos. As we explore their towering forms, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can create meaning and beauty in our own lives, drawing inspiration from the past to build a more harmonious future. The temples of Tikal are more than just relics of a bygone era. They are living symbols of human ambition and the timeless desire to reach for the stars. In their shadow, we find a story of creativity, resilience, and the enduring power of faith. And as we stand beneath their towering peaks, we're reminded that even the greatest challenges can be overcome when we align our efforts with a vision that transcends the ordinary, connecting us to something greater than ourselves. High on the rocky plateaus of Anatolia, the Hittite Empire once stood as a formidable power, its cities guarded by walls so massive and imposing that they seemed to defy both time and enemies. These fortifications, built over 3,000 years ago, weren't just barriers of stone, they were masterpieces of ancient engineering designed to protect, intimidate, and endure. But how did the Hittites construct such monumental defenses, and what do they reveal about their civilization's ingenuity and strategic brilliance? The Hittite fortifications were a marvel of precision and planning. Built primarily from locally quarried stone, these walls were constructed using a technique called Cyclopean masonry, where enormous, irregularly shaped blocks were carefully fitted together without mortar. The sheer size of these stones, some weighing several tons, required not only physical strength, but also a deep understanding of balance and stability. The walls were often reinforced with earthen ramparts and wooden beams, adding extra layers of defense against battering rams and siege engines. Gates, strategically placed and heavily guarded, were the only points of entry, often flanked by massive towers that allowed defenders to rain down arrows or boiling oil on attackers. But the Hittites didn't just rely on brute strength. Their fortifications were also a product of sophisticated military strategy. The walls were designed with multiple layers, creating a series of obstacles that would slow and disorient invading forces. Curved or zigzagging walls made it difficult for enemies to use battering rams effectively, while narrow passages funneled attackers into kill zones where they could be easily targeted. These features weren't just defensive, they were psychological, sending a clear message to would-be invaders. This city was prepared to withstand anything. The cultural significance of these fortifications extended far beyond their military function. For the Hittites, the walls were a symbol of their empire's strength and unity. They reflected the Hittites' ability to harness natural resources, organize large-scale labor, and innovate in the face of constant threats. The walls also played a role in civic life, providing a sense of security for the people within and reinforcing the authority of the king, who was seen as the ultimate protector of the realm. Inscriptions and reliefs found on some walls depict scenes of royal processions and religious ceremonies, suggesting that these structures were as much about projecting power and piety as they were about defense. What's perhaps most remarkable about the Hittite fortifications is their enduring legacy. Many of these walls still stand today, their weathered stones a testament to the skill and determination of their builders. They remind us that the challenges of warfare and security are as old as civilization itself, and that the solutions we devise can leave a lasting mark on the landscape and the imagination. As we walk in the shadow of these ancient walls, we're invited to reflect on the ingenuity of a people who turned stone into a shield, and on the timeless human desire to protect what we hold dear. The Hittite fortifications are more than just relics of the past. They're a story of resilience, innovation, and the enduring power of human creativity. In their silent strength, we find a connection to a world that feels both distant and deeply familiar, reminding us that even the simplest materials can become monuments to our shared history. Nestled on the sun-drenched island of Crete, the palaces of the Minoan civilization stand as breathtaking testaments to a society that thrived over 3,000 years ago. These sprawling complexes, with their labyrinthine layouts and vibrant frescoes, weren't just royal residences. They were the beating hearts of Minoan culture, politics, and spirituality. But what made these palaces so extraordinary, and how did they reflect the ingenuity and vision of one of the ancient world's most fascinating civilizations? At the center of Minoan palace design was a revolutionary feature, the light well. These open-air courtyards, strategically placed throughout the structures, allowed natural light to flood into the interior spaces, creating a sense of openness and connection to the outdoors. This wasn't just about aesthetics, it was a practical solution to the challenges of building in a region prone to earthquakes. The light wells reduced the need for heavy roofing, making the palaces more resilient while also enhancing ventilation, a perfect blend of form and function. These architectural innovations show how the Minoans didn't just adapt to their environment, they mastered it. The palaces were also adorned with intricate frescoes, vibrant paintings that brought the walls to life with scenes of nature, religious rituals, and daily activities. From leaping dolphins to graceful bull leapers, these images weren't just decorative, they were a window into Minoan beliefs and values. The frescoes often depicted themes of fertility, nature, and the sea, reflecting the Minoans' deep connection to their environment and their reliance on agriculture and trade. The use of bold colors and fluid, naturalistic forms reveals a society that celebrated beauty and harmony in all aspects of life. But the palaces weren't just artistic marvels, they were hubs of political and economic power. The largest and most famous of these, the Palace of Knossos, was a sprawling complex that included storerooms, workshops, and ceremonial spaces. Its central courtyard served as a gathering place for festivals and rituals, while its storerooms held vast quantities of grain, oil, and other goods, showcasing the Minoans' ability to manage resources and sustain their population. The palaces also played a key role in trade, with evidence of goods from as far away as Egypt and Mesopotamia found within their walls. The cultural significance of the Minoan palaces extended far beyond their physical structures. They were symbols of a society that valued innovation, creativity, and balance. The Minoans were among the first to develop a written script known as Linear A, which was used for record-keeping and administration. While the script remains undeciphered, its existence points to a highly organized and sophisticated civilization. The palaces also reflect the Minoans' unique approach to governance, which appears to have been more communal and less hierarchical than other contemporary societies. What's perhaps most striking about the Minoan palaces is how they continue to captivate us today. Their blend of artistry, engineering, and cultural insight offers a glimpse into a world that feels both ancient and remarkably modern. As we walk through their corridors and courtyards, we're reminded of the timeless human desire to create spaces that inspire, connect, and endure. The Minoan palaces are more than just relics of the past. They're a testament to the power of human creativity and the enduring legacy of a civilization that dared to dream big. In their vibrant frescoes and ingenious designs, we find a story of innovation, resilience, and the timeless quest to harmonize with the world around us. And as we explore these ancient wonders, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can build spaces that reflect our values and aspirations, leaving a legacy that inspires generations to come. Towering over the plains of modern-day Iran, the ruins of Persepolis stand as a silent witness to the grandeur of the Persian Empire. Once the ceremonial capital of one of the most powerful civilizations in history, this ancient city was more than just a political hub. It was a masterpiece of art, architecture, and ambition. Built under the reign of Darius the Great in the 6th century BC, Persepolis was designed to awe and inspire, a place where the might of the empire was on full display. But how did this city of kings come to life, and what secrets does it hold about the people who built it? At the heart of Persepolis lies the Apodana, a grand audience hall supported by 72 towering stone columns, each over 60 feet tall. These columns, intricately carved with figures of lions, bulls, and mythical creatures, weren't just structural necessities. They were symbols of the empire's strength and unity. The Apodana's vast hall could hold thousands of guests, serving as the stage for lavish ceremonies where representatives from across the empire brought tribute to the Persian king. The carvings on its walls depict these processions, capturing the diversity of the empire's subjects, from Medes to Egyptians, in stunning detail. These reliefs weren't merely decorative, they were a visual declaration of the empire's reach and the king's divine authority. The construction of Persepolis was a monumental feat of engineering and artistry. The city was built on a massive stone terrace, leveled and reinforced to support its grand structures. Workers quarried stone from nearby mountains, transporting it to the site using a combination of sledges, rollers, and sheer human effort. The precision of the stonework is remarkable, with blocks fitted together so tightly that they required no mortar. This meticulous craftsmanship extended to the carvings that adorned the walls, staircases, and doorways, each one a testament to the skill and patience of Persian artisans. But Persepolis wasn't just about grandeur, it was a reflection of Persian values and beliefs. The city's layout was carefully planned to align with Zoroastrian principles, emphasizing harmony and order. The Gate of All Nations, flanked by colossal stone bulls, served as a symbolic entrance, welcoming visitors into a realm of peace and prosperity. The palaces, with their open courtyards and shaded porticos, were designed to blend the natural and the man-made, creating spaces that were both majestic and serene. The cultural significance of Persepolis extended far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where the empire's diverse peoples could come together, forging connections and reinforcing their loyalty to the king. The annual celebration of Nowruz, the Persian New Year, was a highlight of the city's calendar, drawing crowds from across the empire to participate in rituals and festivities. These events weren't just about celebration, they were a way of strengthening the bonds that held the empire together. Tragically, Persepolis's glory was short-lived. In 330 BC, the city was sacked and burned by Alexander the Great, a devastating act that marked the end of the Achaemenid Empire. The fire that consumed Persepolis may have been accidental, but its destruction left a lasting scar on Persian history. Yet, even in ruins, the city's legacy endures. Its carvings and columns stand as a testament to the creativity and resilience of the Persian people, offering a glimpse into a world that once dominated the ancient stage. Today, as we walk among the ruins of Persepolis, we're reminded of the fleeting nature of power and the enduring impact of human creativity. This city of kings, with its towering columns and intricate carvings, challenges us to think about the ways we build and preserve our own legacies. In its silent stones, we find a story of ambition, artistry, and the timeless desire to leave a mark on the world, a story that continues to inspire and captivate us thousands of years later. Deep in the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey, a discovery has rewritten the story of human history. Göbekli Tepe, a site dating back over 11,000 years, is not just the world's oldest known temple, it's a window into a time when humanity was just beginning to settle, farm, and organize. What makes this site so extraordinary isn't just its age, but the sophistication of its design and the mysteries it holds about the people who built it. At the heart of Göbekli Tepe are massive T-shaped stone pillars, some standing over 16 feet tall and weighing several tons. These pillars, carved from local limestone, are arranged in circular formations, each ring enclosing a central pair of even taller stones. The precision with which these stones were quarried, transported, and erected is staggering, especially considering this was a time before the invention of metal tools, the wheel, or even pottery. How did a society of hunter-gatherers, often assumed to be nomadic and loosely organized, accomplish such a feat? The answer lies in the sheer determination and collective effort of its builders, who likely relied on simple tools, teamwork, and ingenuity to bring their vision to life. But the pillars aren't just impressive for their size, they're adorned with intricate carvings that tell a story. Animals like foxes, snakes, and birds are meticulously etched into the stone, along with abstract symbols that may hold deeper meanings. Some researchers believe these carvings represent a form of early storytelling or spiritual symbolism, reflecting the community's connection to the natural world and their beliefs about life, death, and the cosmos. The presence of these carvings suggests that Göbekli Tepe wasn't just a place of worship, it was a canvas for expressing ideas and values, a testament to the creativity and imagination of its creators. The cultural significance of Göbekli Tepe is just as profound as its construction. For a society that hadn't yet developed agriculture or permanent settlements, building such a monumental site would have required unprecedented levels of cooperation and organization. This challenges the traditional narrative that monumental architecture only emerged after the advent of farming and settled life. Instead, Göbekli Tepe suggests that the drive to create, to connect, and to honor something greater than themselves may have been a catalyst for these developments rather than a result of them. What's perhaps most fascinating about Göbekli Tepe is how it forces us to rethink our assumptions about prehistoric societies. The site's complexity and scale imply a level of social cohesion and shared purpose that was previously thought impossible for such an early time. It's a reminder that human ingenuity and spirituality have deep roots, stretching back far earlier than we once imagined. Today, as we stand before these ancient stones, we're invited to reflect on the origins of human culture and the enduring power of shared belief. Göbekli Tepe isn't just a temple, it's a testament to the timeless human desire to create meaning, to build, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. In its weathered pillars and enigmatic carvings, we find a story that transcends time, reminding us that even in the dawn of civilization, humanity was capable of extraordinary things. This ancient site challenges us to look beyond what we think we know about our past, offering a glimpse into a world where art, spirituality, and community came together in ways that continue to inspire and amaze. As we uncover its secrets, we're reminded that the quest to understand our origins is also a journey to understand ourselves. Rising from the banks of the Nile, the Karnak temple complex is a sprawling testament to the ingenuity and spiritual devotion of ancient Egypt. Covering over 200 acres, this vast religious site isn't just a temple, it's a city of stone, a place where gods and humans met in a symphony of architecture and artistry. Built over 2,000 years from the Middle Kingdom through the Ptolemaic period, Karnak is more than a single structure. It's a layered masterpiece, each pharaoh adding their own mark to this sacred landscape. But what makes Karnak truly extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the stories etched into its walls and the engineering feats that brought it to life. At the heart of Karnak lies the Great Hypostyle Hall, a forest of towering columns that seems to stretch endlessly in every direction. 134 columns, some reaching nearly 70 feet high, support a roof that once shimmered with painted stars, symbolizing the night sky. The sheer scale of this hall is breathtaking, but what's even more remarkable is how it was built. Massive stone blocks, some weighing over 60 tons, were quarried from distant sites and transported to Karnak using a combination of sledges, ramps, and an army of laborers. The precision with which these stones were cut and fitted together, even without modern tools, is a testament to the skill and determination of ancient Egyptian engineers. Yet Karnak isn't just about grandeur, it's a canvas for storytelling. The walls, columns, and obelisks are covered in intricate hieroglyphs and reliefs, each one a chapter in the religious and political life of ancient Egypt. Scenes of pharaohs making offerings to the gods, triumphant military campaigns, and sacred rituals are carved with such detail that they feel almost alive. These carvings weren't just decorative, they were a way of communicating with the divine, ensuring the gods' favor and reinforcing the pharaoh's role as the bridge between heaven and earth. The temple's layout is equally symbolic. Karnak is dedicated primarily to Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, but it also honors a pantheon of deities, each with their own chapels and sanctuaries. The avenue of sphinxes leading to the temple, the sacred lake used for purification rituals, and the towering obelisks that pierce the sky all reflect the Egyptians' deep connection to their gods and the natural world. The alignment of the temple with the rising sun during the winter solstice further underscores this harmony, as the light would illuminate the innermost sanctuary, symbolizing the rebirth of the sun god Ra. Karnak's role in Egyptian society extended far beyond its religious function. It was a center of power where pharaohs were crowned and legitimized through elaborate ceremonies. It was also a hub of economic activity, with vast estates and workshops supporting the temple's operations. The priests who managed Karnak wielded significant influence, overseeing not just spiritual matters but also the distribution of resources and the administration of justice. In this way, the temple was both a spiritual and a political engine, driving the prosperity and stability of ancient Egypt. Today, as we walk through the ruins of Karnak, we're reminded of the enduring power of human ambition and faith. Its towering columns and weathered carvings speak of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. And as we trace the footsteps of ancient priests and pilgrims, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, seek to connect with something greater than ourselves. Karnak isn't just a monument to the gods, it's a testament to the timeless human desire to build, to create, and to leave a mark on the world that endures long after we're gone. In its shadow, we find a story of devotion, artistry, and the boundless potential of human ingenuity. It's a story that transcends time, inviting us to explore the mysteries of the past and the lessons they hold for our own lives. And as we stand beneath its towering columns, we're reminded that even the greatest challenges can be overcome when we align our efforts with a vision that connects us to the divine. Imagine a city rising not from stone or brick, but from the very earth itself, a sprawling metropolis of mounds, plazas, and sacred spaces, all shaped by human hands over 1,000 years ago. This is Cahokia, the largest prehistoric earthwork site in North America, located in present-day Illinois. At its peak, Cahokia was home to tens of thousands of people, rivaling the size of medieval London. But what makes this ancient city truly remarkable isn't just its scale, it's the ingenuity and vision behind its construction, blending engineering, astronomy, and spirituality into a single, awe-inspiring landscape. The centerpiece of Cahokia is Monk's Mound, a colossal earthen structure that rises 100 feet high and covers over 14 acres. Built entirely by hand, this massive mound required the movement of an estimated 22 million cubic feet of soil, carried in baskets by countless workers over generations. The precision with which the soil was layered and compacted is astonishing, ensuring the mound's stability and longevity. But Monk's Mound isn't just a feat of engineering, it's a symbol of power and authority. At its summit once stood a grand structure, likely the home of Cahokia's ruler or a temple dedicated to the gods, offering a commanding view of the city and its surroundings. What's equally fascinating is how Cahokia's layout reflects a deep understanding of celestial events. The city's central plaza, known as the Grand Plaza, is aligned with the cardinal directions, while Woodhenge, a circular arrangement of wooden posts, served as a solar calendar. During the solstices and equinoxes, the rising sun would align with specific posts, marking the changing seasons and guiding agricultural and ceremonial activities. This connection to the cosmos wasn't just practical, it was spiritual, reinforcing the belief that the heavens and the earth were intimately linked. Cahokia's mounds weren't just for the elite, they were the heart of a thriving, complex society. Over 100 mounds dot the landscape, each serving a different purpose, from burial sites to platforms for homes and public buildings. The city was a hub of trade, culture, and innovation, with goods like shells, copper, and obsidian flowing in from distant regions. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of workshops, markets, and even a game called Chunky, which was played on the plazas and may have held both social and ritual significance. The cultural significance of Cahokia extends far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where the Mississippian people came together to celebrate, trade, and honor their ancestors. The mounds themselves were symbols of creation, believed to represent the primordial earth from which life emerged. This spiritual connection to the land is reflected in the careful design and placement of the mounds, which seem to rise naturally from the earth, blending the human and the divine. Yet, despite its grandeur, Cahokia's story is one of mystery. By the 14th century, the city was abandoned, its people dispersed, and its mounds left to the elements. The reasons for its decline are still debated, with theories ranging from environmental changes to political upheaval. But what remains is a legacy of innovation and resilience, a testament to a civilization that achieved greatness with nothing more than soil, sweat, and a profound connection to the land and sky. Today, the Cahokia Mounds stand as a powerful reminder of the ingenuity and spirituality of North America's first city builders. They challenge us to rethink our assumptions about prehistoric societies and inspire us to explore the ways we, too, can create harmony between the human and the natural world. As we walk among these ancient earthworks, we're invited to reflect on the enduring power of human ambition and the timeless desire to build something that connects us to the earth, the heavens, and each other. Cahokia isn't just a city of mounds, it's a city of dreams, a place where the past whispers its secrets to those who listen. And in its shadow, we find a story of creativity, community, and the boundless potential of human imagination. Perched high above the city of Athens, the Acropolis stands as a timeless symbol of ancient Greece's artistic and political achievements. This elevated citadel, crowned by the Parthenon, isn't just a collection of ruins, it's a masterpiece of marble and meaning, a place where architecture, art, and democracy converge. Built during the golden age of Athens in the 5th century BC, the Acropolis was more than a fortress. It was a statement of civic pride, a declaration of the city's ideals, and a sanctuary for the gods. But what makes this ancient site so extraordinary, and how did it come to embody the spirit of an entire civilization? The construction of the Acropolis was a monumental undertaking, driven by the vision of Pericles, Athens' most influential statesman. After the Persian Wars, Athens emerged as a dominant power, and Pericles saw the Acropolis as an opportunity to showcase the city's newfound strength and cultural sophistication. The centerpiece of this effort was the Parthenon, a temple dedicated to Athena, the city's patron goddess. Built entirely from Pentelic marble, quarried from nearby Mount Pentelicus, the Parthenon's gleaming white facade would have been visible from miles away, a beacon of Athenian excellence. What sets the Parthenon apart is not just its grandeur but its precision. Every element of its design was carefully calculated to create an illusion of perfection. The columns, for instance, are slightly curved, a technique known as intosses, which prevents them from appearing too rigid or flat when viewed from a distance. The floor itself rises gently toward the center, ensuring rainwater drains away while maintaining the temple's harmonious proportions. This attention to detail wasn't just about aesthetics, it reflected the Greeks' belief in balance, order, and the pursuit of excellence. The sculptures that adorned the Parthenon were equally remarkable. The frieze that wrapped around the temple's inner chamber depicted the Panathenaic procession, a grand festival honoring Athena. Each figure, carved with astonishing detail, seemed to come to life, capturing the energy and diversity of Athenian society. The pediments, the triangular spaces at the temple's front and back, were filled with larger-than-life statues of gods and heroes, their poses dynamic and their expressions vivid. These sculptures weren't just decorations, they were a visual narrative celebrating Athens' myths, values, and connection to the divine. But the Acropolis wasn't just a religious site, it was the heart of Athenian democracy. The buildings and monuments served as gathering spaces for citizens where they could participate in civic life and celebrate their shared identity. The Erechtheion, another iconic structure on the Acropolis, was dedicated to both Athena and Poseidon, symbolizing the city's dual heritage. Its famous porch of the Caryatids, with its statues of women serving as columns, is a testament to the Greeks' ability to blend function and artistry in ways that still inspire awe today. The cultural significance of the Acropolis extends far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where art, politics, and spirituality intertwined, reflecting the ideals of a society that valued reason, beauty, and collective effort. For the Athenians, the Acropolis was more than a monument. It was a living expression of their identity, a reminder of what they could achieve when they worked together toward a common vision. Today, as we walk among its weathered columns and gaze upon its timeless sculptures, the Acropolis invites us to reflect on the enduring power of human creativity and ambition. It challenges us to think about the ways we, too, can build spaces that inspire, connect, and endure. In its shadow, we find a story of a civilization that dared to dream big, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape our understanding of art, democracy, and the human spirit. The Acropolis isn't just a relic of the past, it's a living testament to the timeless desire to create something that transcends the ordinary and connects us to something greater than ourselves. As we explore its ancient stones, we're reminded that even the greatest challenges can be overcome when we align our efforts with a vision that speaks to the heart of who we are. Nestled in the high-altitude plains of Bolivia, the ancient city of Tiwanaku stands as a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the Andean people. Flourishing between 500 and 1000 CE, this pre-Incan city was more than just a settlement, it was a hub of innovation, spirituality, and power. What makes Tiwanaku so extraordinary isn't just its age or location, but the sheer sophistication of its construction and the mysteries it still holds about a civilization that thrived in one of the world's most challenging environments. At the heart of Tiwanaku's brilliance is its stonework. The city's builders quarried massive blocks of andesite and sandstone, some weighing over 100 tons, from quarries miles away. Transporting these stones across rugged terrain and assembling them with precision would have been a monumental task even by modern standards. Yet, the Tiwanaku people achieved this with nothing more than stone tools, wooden rollers, and an extraordinary level of coordination. The stones were cut so precisely that they fit together without mortar, a technique that not only ensured durability but also created a seamless, almost otherworldly aesthetic. One of the most iconic structures in Tiwanaku is the Aqueducts Pyramid, a massive stepped platform believed to have served as a ceremonial center. Its design reflects a deep understanding of hydraulics, with a complex system of channels and drains that managed water flow during the rainy season. This wasn't just practical engineering, it was symbolic, representing the connection between the earth, water, and the heavens. Nearby, the Colosseum temple stands as another marvel, its walls adorned with intricate carvings and its central courtyard aligned with celestial events like solstices and equinoxes. These alignments weren't accidental, they were deliberate, reflecting the Tiwanaku's belief in the harmony between the physical and spiritual worlds. The Gateway of the Sun, perhaps Tiwanaku's most famous artifact, is a masterpiece of artistry and symbolism. Carved from a single block of stone, this massive arch features a central figure believed to represent Viracocha, the creator god of Andean mythology. Surrounding this figure are intricate carvings of winged beings and celestial motifs, suggesting a deep connection to the cosmos. The gateway wasn't just a decorative element, it was a portal, both literal and metaphorical, between the earthly realm and the divine. Tiwanaku's cultural significance extended far beyond its physical structures. It was a center of trade, religion, and political power, drawing people from across the Andes to its bustling plazas and sacred spaces. The city's influence reached as far as modern-day Peru and Chile, with its artistic and architectural styles inspiring later cultures, including the Inca. For the Tiwanaku people, their city was more than just a place to live. It was a reflection of their identity, a symbol of their connection to the gods and the natural world. What's perhaps most striking about Tiwanaku is how it challenges our understanding of ancient societies. Its builders achieved feats of engineering and artistry that seem almost impossible for their time, all while thriving in an environment of extreme altitude and harsh weather. This resilience and creativity remind us that human potential knows no bounds, even in the face of daunting challenges. Today, as we walk among the ruins of Tiwanaku, we're invited to reflect on the enduring legacy of a civilization that dared to dream big. Its weathered stones and enigmatic carvings whisper stories of a people who sought to understand the mysteries of existence and leave a mark on the world that would endure for millennia. In its shadow, we find a connection to a past that feels both ancient and deeply relevant, reminding us that the greatest achievements are often born from a vision that transcends the ordinary and reaches for the stars. Standing proudly in the heart of Segovia, Spain, the Roman aqueduct is more than just a relic, it's a towering masterpiece of ancient engineering that continues to defy time. Built nearly 2,000 years ago, this architectural marvel stretches over half a mile, its double-tiered arches rising nearly 100 feet above the city streets. What makes the Segovia Aqueduct so extraordinary isn't just its grandeur, but the precision and ingenuity behind its construction, a testament to the Roman Empire's ability to solve complex problems with elegance and efficiency. The aqueduct was built primarily from granite, a durable and locally abundant stone that could withstand the test of time. Roman engineers quarried massive blocks, some weighing several tons, and transported them to the site using a combination of sledges, rollers, and sheer manpower. The precision with which these stones were cut and fitted together is astonishing. No mortar was used, yet the structure remains remarkably stable even today. This dry stone construction technique not only showcased the Romans' technical skill, but also ensured the aqueduct's longevity, allowing it to function for centuries as a vital water supply for the city. But the true genius of the Segovia Aqueduct lies in its design. The structure's gentle slope, calculated with remarkable accuracy, allowed water to flow steadily from its source over 15 miles away. Roman engineers used simple yet effective tools like the chorobates, a leveling instrument, to measure the gradient and ensure the water moved at the right speed, fast enough to prevent stagnation, but slow enough to avoid erosion. This balance of form and function is a hallmark of Roman engineering, blending practicality with artistry in a way that continues to inspire awe. The aqueduct wasn't just a feat of engineering, it was a lifeline for the people of Segovia. By bringing fresh water to the city, it supported daily life, from drinking and bathing to irrigation and public fountains. The aqueduct also symbolized Roman power and ingenuity, a physical reminder of the empire's ability to transform even the most challenging landscapes into thriving urban centers. Its arches, which once carried water, now carry the weight of history, connecting us to a civilization that understood the importance of infrastructure in shaping society. Culturally, the Segovia Aqueduct has become an enduring symbol of resilience and continuity. Over the centuries, it has survived wars, earthquakes, and the passage of time, standing as a testament to the enduring legacy of Roman engineering. Today, it's not just a tourist attraction, it's a source of pride for the people of Segovia, a reminder of their city's rich heritage and its place in the broader story of human achievement. As we stand beneath its towering arches, we're reminded of the timeless importance of innovation and the power of human ingenuity to overcome challenges. The Segovia Aqueduct isn't just a monument to the past, it's a lesson in how thoughtful design and careful planning can create something that endures for millennia. It invites us to reflect on the ways we, too, can build for the future, creating structures and systems that not only serve our needs but also inspire generations to come. In the shadow of this ancient marvel, we find a story of ambition, precision, and the enduring power of human creativity. It's a story that challenges us to think about the legacies we're building today and the ways we can leave a lasting mark on the world, just as the Romans did so many centuries ago. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most celebrated marvels of the ancient world, the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus. Known as one of the Seven Wonders, this temple wasn't just a place of worship, it was a dazzling testament to human ambition, artistry, and spiritual devotion. Imagine a structure so grand that it inspired awe in every traveler who laid eyes on it, its towering columns gleaming under the Mediterranean sun, and its intricate sculptures telling stories of gods and mortals alike. But how did this architectural masterpiece come to life, and what made it so extraordinary? The Temple of Artemis was a feat of engineering and design that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in its time. Built around 550 BC, the temple was constructed primarily from marble, a material chosen not only for its durability but also for its radiant beauty. Its most striking feature was its forest of columns, over 100 in total, each standing nearly 60 feet tall and meticulously decorated with intricate carvings. These columns weren't just structural supports, they were works of art, their fluted surfaces catching the light and casting delicate shadows that added to the temple's ethereal quality. At the heart of the temple stood the cult statue of Artemis, the Greek goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and fertility. This statue, crafted from gold, silver, and ebony, was a marvel in its own right, embodying the goddess's power and grace. Surrounding it were countless sculptures and reliefs, depicting scenes from mythology and honoring the goddess's connection to nature and the divine. The level of detail in these carvings was breathtaking, showcasing the skill and dedication of the artisans who brought them to life. The temple's construction was no small feat. It took decades to complete, with contributions from some of the finest architects and craftsmen of the ancient world. The site itself was carefully chosen, located near the bustling port city of Ephesus, a hub of trade and culture. This location not only made the temple accessible to pilgrims and visitors, but also underscored its importance as a symbol of prosperity and unity. But the Temple of Artemis was more than just a religious site, it was a cultural landmark. For the people of Ephesus, it represented their city's wealth, power, and connection to the divine. pilgrims from across the Mediterranean would journey to the temple to offer prayers and gifts, seeking Artemis's favor and protection. The temple also played a role in civic life, hosting festivals, markets, and ceremonies that brought the community together. Tragically, the Temple of Artemis met a dramatic end. It was destroyed and rebuilt multiple times, with its final destruction coming in the 3rd century CE. Yet, even in ruins, its legacy endures. Its grandeur and artistry have inspired countless generations, reminding us of the heights human creativity can reach when driven by devotion and vision. As we reflect on the Temple of Artemis, we're reminded that the greatest achievements often emerge at the intersection of art, faith, and community. It's a story of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating something that transcended its time and continues to captivate us today. In its shadow, we find a timeless lesson that beauty, ambition, and the pursuit of the divine can leave a mark on the world that endures long after the stones have crumbled. Beneath the sun-scorched plains of modern-day Pakistan lies a city that rewrote the rules of urban living over 4,000 years ago. Mohenjo-Daro, one of the largest settlements of the Indus Valley civilization, wasn't just a collection of buildings, it was a meticulously planned metropolis, a shining example of ancient innovation and organization. What makes this city so extraordinary isn't just its age, but the sophistication of its design, which rivals even some of the most advanced cities of today. At the heart of Mohenjo-Daro's brilliance is its use of baked bricks, a material that was both durable and versatile. Unlike the sun-dried bricks used by many contemporary civilizations, these bricks were fired in kilns, making them resistant to water and erosion. The result, streets and buildings that have stood the test of time, their foundations still visible millennia later. The city's grid-like layout, with its wide, straight streets intersecting at right angles, was a revolutionary concept for its time. This wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about efficiency, ensuring that every corner of the city was accessible and functional. But what truly sets Mohenjo-Daro apart is its advanced drainage system, a marvel of engineering that would put many modern cities to shame. Every street was lined with covered drains designed to carry wastewater away from homes and public spaces. These drains connected to larger sewer systems, ensuring that the city remained clean and hygienic. Even individual homes had private bathrooms and drainage pipes, a level of sophistication that was unparalleled in the ancient world. This wasn't just practical, it was a reflection of the Indus Valley people's deep understanding of public health and urban planning. The cultural significance of Mohenjo-Daro extends far beyond its physical structures. It was a bustling hub of trade, culture, and innovation, drawing people from across the region to its markets and workshops. Artifacts like beads, pottery, and seals suggest a society that valued craftsmanship and commerce, with goods flowing in from as far away as Mesopotamia. The city's Great Bath, a large public water tank, is believed to have been used for religious or ceremonial purposes, highlighting the importance of water in the spiritual life of its inhabitants. What's perhaps most striking about Mohenjo-Daro is how it challenges our assumptions about ancient societies. Its builders achieved a level of organization and foresight that seems almost modern, creating a city that was both functional and beautiful. The absence of grandiose palaces or temples suggests a society that valued equality and collective well-being, a stark contrast to the hierarchical structures of many other ancient civilizations. Today, as we walk through the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro, we're reminded of the timeless human desire to build, to organize, and to create spaces that reflect our values and aspirations. It's a place where history and innovation converge, offering lessons in sustainability, community, and the power of thoughtful design. In its quiet streets and weathered bricks, we find a story of a people who dared to imagine a better way of living, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and amaze. Mohenjo-Daro isn't just a city of the past. It's a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and the timeless quest for harmony between people and their environment. As we uncover its secrets, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can build cities that stand the test of time, creating spaces that nurture both the individual and the community. In its shadow, we find a connection to a world that feels both ancient and deeply relevant, reminding us that even the simplest materials can become the foundation of something extraordinary. Imagine a place where the divine and the earthly meet, a sprawling complex of temples, obelisks, and towering columns that seems to stretch endlessly under the Egyptian sun. This is Karnak, a monumental tribute to the gods and a masterpiece of ancient engineering. Located near modern-day Luxor, the Karnak temple complex isn't just a single structure. It's a city of stone, built over 2,000 years by generations of pharaohs determined to honor their deities and immortalize their reign. But what makes Karnak so extraordinary isn't just its size or longevity. It's the stories carved into its walls and the ingenuity behind its construction, offering a glimpse into the heart of ancient Egyptian civilization. At the center of Karnak lies the Great Hypostyle Hall, a forest of 134 columns that soar nearly 70 feet into the sky. Walking through this hall feels like stepping into a living cathedral, where every surface is adorned with hieroglyphs and reliefs depicting gods, pharaohs, and sacred rituals. The columns themselves are a marvel of engineering, carved from massive blocks of sandstone and arranged with such precision that they've stood firm for millennia. The sheer scale of this hall is staggering, but what's even more impressive is how it was built. Workers quarried stone from distant sites, transported it to Karnak using sledges and ramps, and lifted it into place using nothing more than ropes, levers, and human ingenuity. This wasn't just construction, it was an act of devotion, a testament to the Egyptians' ability to turn stone into something sacred. The temple's layout is as symbolic as it is functional. Karnak is dedicated primarily to Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, but it also honors a pantheon of deities, each with their own chapels and sanctuaries. The avenue of sphinxes leading to the temple, the sacred lake used for purification rituals, and the towering obelisks that pierce the sky all reflect the Egyptians' deep connection to their gods and the natural world. The alignment of the temple with the rising sun during the winter solstice further underscores this harmony, as the light would illuminate the innermost sanctuary, symbolizing the rebirth of the sun god Ra. Karnak wasn't just a place of worship, it was the beating heart of Egyptian society. It was here that pharaohs were crowned, legitimized through elaborate ceremonies that reinforced their divine authority. The temple also played a central role in the economy, with vast estates and workshops supporting its operations. The priests who managed Karnak wielded significant influence, overseeing not just spiritual matters but also the distribution of resources and the administration of justice. In this way, the temple was both a spiritual and a political engine, driving the prosperity and stability of ancient Egypt. The cultural significance of Karnak extends far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where art, religion, and power converged, reflecting the ideals of a society that valued balance, order, and the pursuit of excellence. The carvings and reliefs that adorn its walls aren't just decorations, they're a visual narrative celebrating Egypt's myths, values, and connection to the divine. For the ancient Egyptians, Karnak was more than a monument. It was a living expression of their identity, a reminder of what they could achieve when they worked together toward a common vision. Today, as we walk through the ruins of Karnak, we're reminded of the enduring power of human ambition and faith. Its towering columns and weathered carvings speak of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. And as we trace the footsteps of ancient priests and pilgrims, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, seek to connect with something greater than ourselves. Karnak isn't just a monument to the gods, it's a testament to the timeless human desire to build, to create, and to leave a mark on the world that endures long after we're gone. In its shadow, we find a story of devotion, artistry, and the boundless potential of human ingenuity. It's a story that transcends time, inviting us to explore the mysteries of the past and the lessons they hold for our own lives. And as we stand beneath its towering columns, we're reminded that even the greatest challenges can be overcome when we align our efforts with a vision that connects us to the divine. Rising from the heart of Rome, the Colosseum is more than just an ancient amphitheater. It's a breathtaking testament to the ingenuity and ambition of the Roman Empire. Built between 70 and 80 CE under the emperors Vespasian and Titus, this colossal structure was designed to hold over 50,000 spectators, making it the largest amphitheater of its time. But what truly sets the Colosseum apart isn't just its size. It's the groundbreaking techniques and materials used to create it. At a time when most structures relied on stone and mortar, the Romans turned to something revolutionary: concrete. This durable, versatile material allowed them to build faster, stronger, and on a scale never before seen. The Colosseum's design was as innovative as its construction. Its elliptical shape not only maximized seating but also enhanced acoustics, ensuring that even those in the highest seats could hear the roar of the crowd and the clash of swords. Beneath the arena floor lay a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers known as the Hypogeum, where gladiators, animals, and stagehands waited to make their dramatic entrances. Trapdoors and elevators, powered by a complex system of pulleys and counterweights, allowed for sudden, awe-inspiring appearances that kept audiences on the edge of their seats. The Hypogeum was a marvel of logistics, enabling elaborate spectacles to unfold with precision and flair. But the Colosseum wasn't just a stage for entertainment, it was a reflection of Roman society and power. Gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and mock naval battles weren't merely for amusement. They were carefully orchestrated displays of Rome's dominance and control. These events were funded by emperors and wealthy patrons as a way to gain favor with the people, reinforcing their authority and the might of the empire. The Colosseum became a symbol of Rome's ability to conquer not just lands but also the imagination of its citizens. What's equally fascinating is how the Colosseum catered to the needs of its massive audience. Its tiered seating system, divided by social class, ensured that everyone from senators to slaves had a place to watch the action. Awnings or velaria could be unfurled to shield spectators from the sun, while a sophisticated network of staircases and passageways allowed for efficient crowd management. The Romans didn't just build an arena, they created an experience, one that balanced grandeur with practicality. Today, the Colosseum stands as a testament to the ingenuity and ambition of ancient Rome. Its enduring presence reminds us of the power of innovation and the lasting impact of human creativity. But it also serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of history, a structure built for spectacle and celebration, yet steeped in the blood and struggle of those who fought within its walls. As we walk through its arches and gaze upon its weathered stones, we're invited to reflect on the lessons it holds, both awe-inspiring and sobering, about the heights of human achievement and the cost of ambition. The Colosseum isn't just a monument to the past, it's a living symbol of human ingenuity and the timeless desire to create something extraordinary. In its shadow, we find a story of ambition, innovation, and the enduring connection between power and the people. It challenges us to think about the ways we, too, can build spaces that inspire, connect, and endure, leaving a legacy that speaks to the heights of what humanity can achieve when vision and determination come together. Now let's journey to southern Africa, where the ancient city of Great Zimbabwe rises from the landscape like a crown of stone. This sprawling complex, built between the 11th and 15th centuries, is one of the most impressive examples of stone architecture in the world. But Great Zimbabwe is more than just a collection of walls and towers. It's a symbol of a sophisticated society that thrived long before European contact, blending artistry, engineering, and cultural ambition into a single, awe-inspiring sight. What makes Great Zimbabwe so extraordinary is its use of dry stone construction, a technique that required no mortar yet produced walls so precise and durable that they still stand today. The city's massive outer walls, some reaching over 30 feet in height, were built using carefully cut granite blocks, meticulously stacked to create smooth, curved surfaces. These walls weren't just functional, they were a statement of power and prestige, designed to impress visitors and protect the city's elite. The most iconic structure, the Great Enclosure, features a towering wall that snakes through the landscape, enclosing a series of passages, platforms, and towers. Its design is both practical and symbolic, reflecting the ingenuity and vision of its builders. The construction of Great Zimbabwe was a monumental undertaking, requiring not only technical skill but also a highly organized society. Workers quarried granite from nearby hills, shaped the stones using simple tools, and transported them to the site using a combination of sledges, rollers, and sheer manpower. The precision with which these stones were fitted together is astonishing, creating walls that are not only strong but also visually striking. The builders even incorporated elements of natural rock formations into their designs, seamlessly blending the man-made with the natural. But Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a fortress, it was the heart of a thriving civilization. The city served as a political, economic, and spiritual center, drawing people from across the region to its markets, workshops, and ceremonial spaces. At its peak, Great Zimbabwe was home to an estimated 18,000 people, making it one of the largest cities in Africa at the time. The city's rulers controlled trade routes that stretched as far as China and India, exchanging gold, ivory, and other goods for luxury items like glass beads and porcelain. This trade brought wealth and cultural exchange, shaping the city into a cosmopolitan hub of ideas and innovation. The cultural significance of Great Zimbabwe extends far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where art, power, and spirituality converged, reflecting the values and beliefs of its people. The city's name, Zimbabwe, means houses of stone in the Shona language, a reminder of the deep connection between the people and their land. The carvings and artifacts found within the city, including soapstone birds and intricate pottery, suggest a society that valued craftsmanship and creativity. These objects weren't just decorative, they were symbols of identity and authority, connecting the rulers of Great Zimbabwe to their ancestors and the divine. What's perhaps most striking about Great Zimbabwe is how it challenges our understanding of African history. For centuries, European colonizers dismissed the city as the work of outsiders, refusing to believe that Africans could create such a sophisticated site. But archaeological evidence has proven that Great Zimbabwe was entirely the product of local ingenuity, a testament to the creativity and resilience of the Shona people. Today, the city stands as a powerful symbol of African heritage and achievement, reminding us that greatness knows no boundaries. As we walk among the weathered stones of Great Zimbabwe, we're invited to reflect on the enduring legacy of a civilization that dared to dream big. Its towering walls and intricate designs whisper stories of a people who mastered their environment, built a thriving society, and left a mark on the world that continues to inspire. In its shadow, we find a connection to a past that feels both ancient and deeply relevant, reminding us that the greatest achievements are often born from a vision that transcends the ordinary and reaches for the stars. Great Zimbabwe isn't just a city of stone, it's a testament to the power of human creativity and the timeless desire to build something that endures. As we uncover its secrets, we're reminded of the ways we, too, can create spaces that reflect our values and aspirations, leaving a legacy that inspires generations to come. Standing proudly on the east bank of the Nile, the Temple of Luxor is a breathtaking testament to the grandeur of ancient Egypt. Unlike many other temples dedicated to a single deity, Luxor was a living, breathing monument to the divine power of kingship itself. Built primarily during the reigns of Amenhotep III and Ramses II, this sprawling complex wasn't just a place of worship. It was a stage for some of the most important rituals in Egyptian life, a bridge between the human and the divine. The first thing that strikes you about Luxor is its sheer scale. Towering columns, some reaching over 50 feet high, line the temple's grand processional way, creating an awe-inspiring corridor that leads to the inner sanctum. These columns, adorned with intricate carvings of gods, pharaohs, and sacred symbols, were more than just structural supports. They were canvases for storytelling. Every inch of their surface is covered in hieroglyphs, each one a piece of a larger narrative celebrating the pharaoh's divine authority and his connection to the gods. The precision of these carvings, executed with nothing more than copper chisels and stone hammers, is a testament to the skill and patience of ancient Egyptian artisans. But the Temple of Luxor wasn't just about grandeur, it was a living, evolving space. Over centuries, successive pharaohs added their own touches, expanding the temple and leaving their mark on its walls. Ramses II, for instance, built the massive pylon at the temple's entrance, flanked by towering statues of himself and a pair of obelisks, one of which now stands in Paris's Place de la Concorde. These additions weren't just acts of vanity, they were statements of power, designed to reinforce the pharaoh's role as the earthly representative of the gods. At the heart of the temple lies the inner sanctuary, a sacred space reserved for the most important rituals. Here, the annual Opet festival took place, a grand celebration that reaffirmed the bond between the pharaoh, the gods, and the people. During the festival, the statues of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu, the divine triad of Thebes, were carried in a grand procession from the Karnak temple to Luxor, symbolizing the renewal of the pharaoh's divine mandate. These ceremonies weren't just religious events, they were political acts reinforcing the stability and unity of the kingdom. The cultural significance of the Temple of Luxor extends far beyond its religious function. It was a place where art, architecture, and spirituality converged, reflecting the values and beliefs of ancient Egyptian society. The temple's design, with its carefully aligned axis pointing toward Karnak, was a physical manifestation of the connection between the earthly and the divine. Its courtyards, halls, and sanctuaries were spaces where the community could come together, participating in rituals that connected them to their ancestors and the gods. Today, as we walk through the Temple of Luxor, we're reminded of the enduring power of human creativity and devotion. Its towering columns and weathered carvings speak of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. And as we trace the footsteps of ancient priests and pilgrims, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, seek to connect with something greater than ourselves. The Temple of Luxor isn't just a monument to the gods, it's a testament to the timeless human desire to build, to create, and to leave a mark on the world that endures long after we're gone. In its shadow, we find a story of ambition, artistry, and the enduring connection between humanity and the divine. It challenges us to think about the ways we, too, can build spaces that inspire, connect, and endure, leaving a legacy that speaks to the heights of what humanity can achieve when vision and determination come together. At the heart of ancient Rome, where the pulse of the empire once beat strongest, lies the Roman Forum, a sprawling plaza that served as the epicenter of political, social, and religious life. This wasn't just a collection of buildings, it was the stage where the drama of Roman history unfolded, a place where laws were debated, gods were worshipped, and the fate of an empire was decided. But what made the Forum so extraordinary wasn't just its role. It was the artistry and engineering that brought it to life, creating a space that was as functional as it was awe-inspiring. The construction of the Forum was a marvel of its time, blending practicality with grandeur. At its core was the use of marble, a material that symbolized wealth and power. Quarried from distant lands like Greece and North Africa, the marble was transported to Rome and meticulously carved into columns, statues, and facades. The precision of this work is astonishing. Each stone was cut to fit perfectly, creating structures that seemed to defy gravity. Temples like the Temple of Saturn and the Temple of Castor and Pollux rose from the Forum's stone-paved streets, their gleaming surfaces catching the light and drawing the eyes of all who passed by. But the Forum wasn't just about beauty, it was a testament to Roman ingenuity. The architects designed the space to accommodate a wide range of activities, from public speeches to legal proceedings. The rostra, a raised platform adorned with the prows of captured ships, served as a stage for orators like Cicero, whose words could sway the masses. Nearby, the Basilica Julia provided a grand hall for courts and business dealings, its massive columns and open spaces fostering an atmosphere of authority and order. Every element of the Forum's design was carefully considered, ensuring it could meet the needs of a bustling, ever-growing empire. The cultural significance of the Forum extended far beyond its physical structures. It was a place where the boundaries between the sacred and the secular blurred, where temples stood alongside government buildings, and where daily life intertwined with spiritual rituals. The Vestal Virgins, priestesses tasked with maintaining the sacred fire of Vesta, lived in a complex adjacent to the Forum, their presence a reminder of the city's divine protection. Meanwhile, the Arch of Septimius Severus and the Arch of Titus commemorated military victories, their intricate carvings immortalizing the triumphs of Rome's leaders. For the people of Rome, the Forum was more than just a civic center. It was a symbol of their identity. It was here that citizens gathered to participate in the democratic process, to celebrate festivals, and to mourn the passing of great leaders. The Forum's open spaces and grand monuments reinforced the idea of Rome as the center of the world, a place where power, culture, and the divine converged. Today, as we walk among the ruins of the Roman Forum, we're reminded of the enduring legacy of a civilization that shaped the course of history. Its weathered columns and crumbling temples whisper stories of ambition, artistry, and the timeless desire to create something that connects us all. In its shadow, we find a connection to a world that feels both ancient and deeply relevant, reminding us that even the greatest achievements are born from a vision that transcends the ordinary. The Roman Forum isn't just a relic of the past, it's a testament to the power of human creativity and the enduring desire to build spaces that inspire, connect, and endure. As we explore its ancient stones, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can create spaces that reflect our values and aspirations, leaving a legacy that speaks to the heights of what humanity can achieve when vision and determination come together. Carved into the cliffs of Deir el-Bahri near the banks of the Nile, the Temple of Hatshepsut stands as one of ancient Egypt's most striking architectural achievements. Unlike the towering pyramids or sprawling temple complexes, this structure feels almost organic, as if it were born from the rock itself. But this seamless blend of nature and design wasn't accidental. It was the vision of one of Egypt's most remarkable rulers, Queen Hatshepsut, who defied tradition to leave her mark on history. What makes this temple so extraordinary isn't just its beauty, but the story of ambition and innovation behind its creation. The temple's design was revolutionary for its time. Built during the 15th century BCE, it features a series of terraces that rise gently toward the cliffs, connected by ramps and colonnades. This tiered structure wasn't just visually stunning, it was a deliberate choice to harmonize with the natural landscape, creating a sense of unity between the man-made and the divine. The use of limestone quarried from nearby sources gave the temple its radiant, sunlit appearance, while the intricate carvings that adorned its walls told the story of Hatshepsut's reign and her divine connection to the gods. One of the most fascinating aspects of the temple is its role in Hatshepsut's legacy. As one of the few female pharaohs in Egyptian history, she faced immense challenges in asserting her authority. The temple was more than just a place of worship, it was a statement of her legitimacy and power. Its walls are covered with scenes depicting her divine birth, her coronation, and her successful expedition to the land of Punt, a journey that brought exotic goods like myrrh, ebony, and incense to Egypt. These carvings weren't just decorative, they were a visual narrative designed to reinforce her right to rule and her connection to the gods. The cultural significance of the Temple of Hatshepsut extends far beyond its architectural brilliance. It was a place of pilgrimage where priests and worshippers gathered to honor Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, and to perform rituals that ensured the prosperity of Egypt. The temple's alignment with the winter solstice, when the sun's rays would illuminate the innermost sanctuary, further underscored its spiritual importance. For Hatshepsut, this wasn't just a monument to her reign. It was a bridge between the earthly and the divine, a testament to her vision and ambition. What's perhaps most remarkable about the temple is how it challenges our understanding of ancient Egyptian society. Hatshepsut's decision to build such a grand structure was a bold move, one that defied the conventions of her time. Yet her reign was ultimately erased from history by her successors who sought to diminish her legacy. It wasn't until modern archaeologists uncovered the temple and deciphered its carvings that her story was brought back to light, reminding us of the enduring power of human creativity and determination. Today, as we stand before the Temple of Hatshepsut, we're reminded of the timeless human desire to create, to innovate, and to leave a legacy that endures. Its weathered stones and intricate carvings whisper stories of a queen who dared to dream big, challenging the norms of her time to build something extraordinary. In its shadow, we find a connection to a past that feels both ancient and deeply relevant, reminding us that even the greatest challenges can be overcome with vision, ambition, and the courage to defy expectations. The Temple of Hatshepsut isn't just a monument to a queen, it's a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and the timeless quest to shape the world in our image. As we explore its terraces and trace its carvings, we're invited to reflect on the ways we, too, can leave our mark on history, creating something that inspires and endures for generations to come. Standing proudly in the heart of Rome, the Pantheon is more than just a building, it's a triumph of ancient engineering that has inspired architects for nearly 2,000 years. Completed around 126 CE during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, this iconic structure is best known for its massive dome, a feat of construction that remains unmatched even by modern standards. But what makes the Pantheon so extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the ingenious techniques and materials used to create it, showcasing the Roman Empire's mastery of architecture and design. At the heart of the Pantheon's brilliance is its use of concrete, a material the Romans perfected and turned into an art form. Unlike earlier structures that relied on stone or brick, the Pantheon's dome was built using a carefully calculated mix of concrete, incorporating lighter materials like pumice as it rose higher. This innovative approach reduced the weight of the dome while maintaining its strength, allowing it to soar to a height of over 140 feet. The dome's thickness also tapers as it ascends, further minimizing stress and ensuring stability. It's a level of precision and foresight that still astonishes engineers today. Then there's the oculus, the circular opening at the top of the dome, measuring nearly 30 feet in diameter. It's not just a design feature, it's a stroke of genius. The oculus allows natural light to flood the interior, creating a dramatic interplay of light and shadow that changes throughout the day. It also serves a practical purpose, reducing the dome's weight and distributing stress evenly across its structure. But beyond its engineering function, the oculus has a symbolic meaning, representing the connection between the earthly and the divine. Standing beneath it, you can't help but feel a sense of awe, as if the heavens themselves are looking down on you. The Pantheon's design isn't just about beauty, it's about balance. The dome's diameter is exactly equal to the building's height, creating a perfect sphere within a cylinder. This harmonious proportion reflects the Roman obsession with symmetry and order, qualities that were central to their worldview. The interior is equally impressive, with its richly decorated walls and niches that once held statues of gods. Originally built as a temple dedicated to all the Roman deities, the Pantheon was a place of worship, reflection, and celebration, embodying the spiritual and cultural life of the empire. Over the centuries, the Pantheon has endured invasions, earthquakes, and even its transformation into a Christian church in the 7th century. This adaptability has allowed it to survive virtually intact, offering us a rare glimpse into the architectural prowess of ancient Rome. Its influence can be seen in countless structures around the world, from the U.S. Capitol to the domes of Renaissance cathedrals. The Pantheon isn't just a relic of the past, it's a living testament to the enduring power of human creativity and innovation. As we stand beneath its towering dome, we're reminded of the timeless principles that guided its creation: the pursuit of beauty, the mastery of materials, and the desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. The Pantheon isn't just a building, it's a story, one that continues to inspire and challenge us to reach for the stars, just as the ancient Romans did. And in its shadow, we find a lesson in how the past can illuminate the future, showing us what's possible when vision and ingenuity come together. Rising from the banks of the Nile near modern-day Luxor, the Karnak temple complex is nothing short of awe-inspiring. Imagine a sprawling city of stone where towering columns, colossal statues, and intricate carvings come together in a symphony of devotion and architectural brilliance. This isn't just a temple, it's a monumental tribute to the gods, a place where the divine and the earthly meet in a display of human ingenuity that has stood the test of time. At the heart of Karnak lies the Great Hypostyle Hall, a forest of 134 columns, some reaching nearly 70 feet high. Walking through this hall feels like stepping into a living cathedral where every surface tells a story. The columns, adorned with hieroglyphs and reliefs, aren't just structural supports, they're canvases for art and history. Each carving depicts scenes of gods, pharaohs, and sacred rituals, offering a glimpse into the spiritual and political life of ancient Egypt. The precision with which these stones were quarried, transported, and fitted together without mortar is a testament to the skill and determination of the builders. But Karnak's grandeur isn't just about size, it's about meaning. The temple was dedicated primarily to Amun-Ra, the king of the gods, but it also honored a pantheon of deities, each with their own chapels and sanctuaries. The sacred lake, used for purification rituals, and the avenue of sphinxes leading to the temple reflect the Egyptians' deep connection to their gods and the natural world. The alignment of the temple with the rising sun during the winter solstice further underscores this harmony, as the light would illuminate the innermost sanctuary, symbolizing the rebirth of the sun god Ra. The construction of Karnak was a monumental undertaking, spanning over 2,000 years and involving countless pharaohs who sought to leave their mark on this sacred space. Each ruler added their own contributions, from towering obelisks to sprawling courtyards, creating a layered masterpiece that reflects the evolution of Egyptian art and architecture. The temple wasn't just a place of worship, it was a statement of power, a reminder of the pharaoh's divine authority and his role as the intermediary between the gods and the people. Beyond its religious significance, Karnak played a central role in Egyptian society. It was here that pharaohs were crowned, their legitimacy reinforced through elaborate ceremonies that connected them to the divine. The temple also served as an economic hub, with vast estates and workshops supporting its operations. The priests who managed Karnak wielded significant influence, overseeing not just spiritual matters but also the distribution of resources and the administration of justice. In this way, the temple was both a spiritual and a political engine, driving the prosperity and stability of ancient Egypt. What makes Karnak truly remarkable is how it challenges our understanding of ancient societies. The level of planning, coordination, and artistry required to create such a complex suggests a highly organized and spiritually sophisticated culture. Yet, it's also a reminder of the timeless human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. The temple's towering columns and weathered carvings whisper stories of a civilization that dared to dream big, creating a legacy that continues to inspire awe and wonder. Today, as we walk through the ruins of Karnak, we're reminded of the enduring power of human ambition and faith. Its weathered stones and intricate hieroglyphs invite us to reflect on the ways we, too, seek to build, to create, and to leave a mark on the world that endures long after we're gone. In its shadow, we find a story of devotion, artistry, and the boundless potential of human ingenuity, a story that transcends time and speaks to the heights of what we can achieve when vision and determination come together. As we wrap up this incredible journey through 45 astonishing engineering feats of prehistoric cultures, it's impossible not to feel a deep sense of awe and admiration for the brilliance of our ancestors. From the towering pyramids of Egypt to the intricate water systems of Petra, each of these ancient wonders tells a story of human ingenuity, resilience, and a profound connection to the world around us. These weren't just structures, they were expressions of belief, ambition, and the relentless drive to push the boundaries of what was possible. What's truly remarkable is how these feats stand the test of time. Without the advanced tools or technology we take for granted today, ancient cultures achieved levels of precision and artistry that continue to baffle modern engineers and historians. The Great Pyramid's alignment with celestial events, the Nazca Lines' massive scale, and the Terracotta Army's lifelike detail all speak to a level of sophistication that challenges our assumptions about the past. These were not primitive societies, they were innovators, dreamers, and problem solvers who left behind a legacy that still inspires us today. But beyond the technical achievements, these ancient wonders offer us something even more valuable: lessons for the future. They remind us of the power of perseverance in the face of immense challenges, the importance of collaboration and shared purpose, and the need to harmonize with our environment rather than dominate it. In a world where we often focus on what's next, these ancient marvels invite us to pause and reflect on what we can learn from those who came before us. And let's not forget, this is just the beginning. Every year, new discoveries shed light on the mysteries of our past, revealing even more about the ingenuity and creativity of ancient cultures. Who knows what other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be uncovered? Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey through history's most astonishing engineering feats. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. Together, let's continue to uncover the stories of the past and carry their lessons into the future. Until